Hello everyone. Hello. So sorry about our delay there as we're getting all of our remote tech online, but I think we're good. I see all my people. Hello. So, welcome to another episode of The Role Players. Bum ba. The special remote where Maddie's back. And it's this is what we're doing for all of you out there, because this is so important that we stream and have a good time and distract everyone for a few minutes from this quarantine. So thank you so much for joining us as we play some Dungeons and Dragons. I am your Dungeon Master Judd, and these are my beautiful players. Stand by.
Jamie chimed in and said we had lost you for a sec, but
No, I think we lost everybody except for me. So that, yeah, we should be good. Jamie, give us okay, everybody's up.
All right.
I'm not going to say it's the thing I did last week where I have to unmute the desktop audio. I'm not going to say that. That was a weird technical glitch that I just happened to crack some code and fix. So it's all good. So I'm all off my rhythm now. Welcome. Let's just get into it. We actually have quite a few announcements tonight, and they're pretty exciting. So let me just jump in there. I first want to start with a big shout out and thank you to Welcome to the Party RPG. They rated us last week and sent some people our way, and I had a chance to check them out over the week, and I love what I saw there. They're
okay.
Really...
So how do we rate them back? Like, what's up?
Yeah, that's a really I don't know. I don't know. I think they roll earlier on a Monday, so they might already be done, or they might be going right now. So I think our times, well, don't know.
Don't you understand, Judd? This is war.
Guys, well, and we'll win.
Nothing but time on our hands.
I got enough tech issues. We'll figure that out, and we'll raid you back in appreciation.
Okay. That works for me.
But for now, thank you. Love your messaging. They're all about inclusion and equity and justice. So if you don't know them yet, hop over, check them out. They're Welcome Party RPG on Twitch.
They sound like assholes.
Wow. I mean, yeah.
Just kidding.
This is the kind of mood we're in tonight. I see. It's all good. It's all good. It's all.
That's when you say
good.
something and everybody, you're supposed to take it as a joke, and then it's just crickets leaving
like...
Azar just hanging out there.
Like, oh shit! What'd we do?
No, come on, you know that I'm joking.
Oh, of course. I just wanted to hear that silence, make it real awkward.
All right.
We're sorry.
Yes, you do. Moving on. We have 2 new shows to announce tonight. One we were hoping to roll before today, but we're not quite there. So next week, you're going to see our first installment of Reroll, which is our weekly recap of what happened on the show. We've had a lot of new people coming to the show who haven't had a chance to watch the 20-something episodes that they missed so far. So our first one is a full recap from the beginning to where we're at right now. And then every week we're going to have a new one, and we'll roll it right before we start. So you can tune in like 5 minutes early. You can watch that, get up to speed on the story. We'll also post it somewhere. And that's going to be hosted by our very own Jamie. So we're really excited to see that.
Yeah.
And then
cool.
Our second show is called The Basement. And this is something I wanted to do from day one. This is essentially a D&D talk show. It's going to feature whichever of the players want to join and talk about the last episode, and it's also going to be hosted by Jamie and Mike as well. We're really excited that 2 will be co-hosting. And in addition to having a player or anybody pop in, it's going to be really focused on the broader tabletop role-playing and D&D communities. So we're going to do things like Community Corner, featuring all that amazing content that you all are creating out there and selling on DM's Guild or sharing, official Wizards news, other systems official news, minis, painting, all that fun stuff. It'll be an hour format. Our first episode will be airing on Friday the 24th. So we just got to follow. Thank you for whoever that was. I can't see. Oh, wait, yes, I can. Oh, the Hun44. Thank you, Hun44. So that'll be on the 24th. So look out for that. We're really excited. We're also doing a reboot of our website. And the main intention, we've kind of just had a placeholder website at theroleplayers.com. But as you know, we give a set of dice away to every new follower. And let's start that over. For every new follower, we give a set of dice away to school kids, but there are no schools in session, and this has proved really difficult. So we're revamping our website, and we're going to have a form there. If you are a family and you are thinking about trying to do a D&D game with your kids as you're locked in this quarantine, you can fill out our form there, tell us your story, and we will see what we can do to hook you up with some resources. So,
that's awesome.
so stay
Nice.
tuned, as we want to keep that going, and we've been trying to look for different ways to do it. We're partnered with Tabletop Loot, and they're doing amazing things. They're the ones who normally submit the dice to the kids, but they're not doing that now. So instead, they've pivoted to making emergency masks for first responders. So we're also helping them with that, but all kinds of good stuff. And then last is that big giveaway. We're finally ready to launch it. Look for it tomorrow on our socials. You're going to have a $100 gift set from Dwarven Forge, a D&D core book set, several sets of dice from Tabletop Loot, a mini painted by Mr. Peter, and the opportunity to design an NPC for a future episode. And we've had a whole bunch of people just following us one after another right now. Thank you, everybody. We so appreciate the support and love. And I think that is it. Look at our socials tomorrow. Look for the announcements. Follow the rules. You get entries for following Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. And I believe you get extra entries for subscribers and all that stuff. But all the rules are there. You'll see it, and it's going to run for a couple weeks. So, without further ado, now, Chad, I think we had talked about not doing the song because of audio issues.
I think we might have to skip the song, otherwise it might sound real bad with Maddie's mic picking it up. But
Shoot myself.
yeah,
Should we?
Why don't you sing it?
Yeah. Should we dare
A
do
cappella?
acapella?
Yeah, let's do it.
well, actually, with her muted, I might be able to at least provide some.
Okay, yeah, lead us off. Let's all just try to sing it.
Can you hear it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sounds.
I'll listening.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it started on a ship
Brought
together by a
So we have no idea how this sounds.
traveled
to the new
world
beyond.
thrown into shackles, hunted down
by
thieves. Never let us stop us, saving our Lacquali.
Wow. Folks, wow. Quarantine.
Quarantini.
Well, hopefully that didn't
Quarantines.
sound like shit. Your guitar sounded amazing. Thank you, Chad. Love
Yeah.
No problem. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if it was just in my headphones, but it did in fact sound like shit.
I was like, wait, that did
It got me emotional, so it worked.
I'm sure it did sound not great, but that's okay. Hey, we're making do. It's quarantine rules.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Hey, it was worth a shot. What the hell?
I thought
Oh
it was
my God.
beautiful. Beautiful.
I was once asked to just jump in when someone was filming something like, Peter, do you want to add a voice to this? And all of a sudden the person filming was like, who the hell is tone deaf? And I'm like,
Shrinks away.
and I was like, yeah, I'm going to, get a coffee. Bye.
Goodbye.
So I'll take that one on the head. That was probably me.
Well, it's super hard. It's hard to do it this way. Okay, but regardless.
It's okay. I think bad karaoke is the funniest kind of karaoke.
Oh, well. Damn.
It's really the only acceptable kind of karaoke. And let me just say to anybody listening out there, if you are the type of person who goes to karaoke with the sole intent to just like kill it on a song, you're not doing it right.
Yes.
You need to pick a song that you can't sing well at all, get very drunk, and do that song. And it's really just a PSA that I wanted to share.
There's so much blackmail material out there.
Yeah, just if you're doing that, don't do that.
That's like every karaoke place in LA though. It's like professional level people
Yeah.
up singing.
Yeah, don't do that.
I feel better now. Thank you, Chad.
But that's why you need to get drunk, because the professional level people, like, they make you not want to go. So the only way to go out there is to get drunk, and then you're like, I don't care.
And
That's
that
true.
really helps. That really
Yeah.
And that's our message for today.
If we all survive quarantine and get to like the year-end cast party, we can go karaokeing and do what I've always loved, which is karaoke roulette, where you go up.
Oh,
and
that's
you
just-
have to sing until your team.
Oh my
sings
God.
For you.
I
And
really
it's so
sometimes
annoying.
I know like 2 songs. So
Yeah.
You get the words. It's all good. And then like the worse you are, the better.
Well,
Wow.
that's good. I'm
Oh.
encouraged.
All right, I'm
Very
looking
well.
looking forward to that. Not okay. All right, well let's bring it in, everyone. Let's
Yeah, we're
let's
playing D&D.
return back to the realm of Anachrony. So last episode, we saw as you all made your way quickly into the sewers, back into the sewers of Vorden, avoiding Smitrel, Hoffen, and his crew who are out looking for you. But before venturing on, Anazora returned to the Golden Tree to see if she could learn anything more about what this thing wants. And she was told it lost its connection to a greater being, the place it transfers its souls to, and it asks for help, either restoring Anachrony back to the place that this land was ripped out of originally, or somehow removing the evil that's blocking its connection to its kind of god out there. Making her way back into the sewers, you quickly found your way back to the portal down in the necromancer's lair that you had discovered a couple episodes ago, and Otto this time activated it, and you all stepped through, now dressed in your heavy furs, once again returning to the really cold Arctic land of the Dulgerhim Mountains. And as you started to head down the pass toward the little town you could see in the distance, you came upon a woman who was out hunting and interrupted her kill, but helped her jump in to kill a razormouth, and quickly sort of befriended her, and she decided to bring you back to her town of Luknor, which was your goal in the first place. After a quick, fun sleigh ride down the hill, you entered the little town of Luknor, which has a very depressed feel. A few people mulling about, giving you suspicious glances, and as you go up into her place, you learn very quickly as you start questioning her about the necromancers that there is some kind of magic that is preventing her from communicating what she knows and confirming what you were told by the Edgeguard. Otto used a medallion to remove the curse, and she quickly remembered about the necromancers and then about the love of her life, Tevin, who had been captured. And she leads you off back to the place where he disappeared. And after navigating through the tundra, avoiding the Yetis, and climbing up a very steep mountain, thanks to Tabitha, who did a great job setting the guidelines, you made it up and you uncovered an illusion that looked like a bunch of stone bodies in a fissure, but that sprang to life with blood coming out of their fingers and out of their eyes. But Anazora held her ground. There was something that didn't look right about it. And she realized that it was an illusion. And as you all see the illusory form of this bubble start to erode around Anazora, you see a stone path and columns, and off in the distance, up on the hill, you see a city built into the side of the peaks of the Dulgerhim Mountains. And that's where we find you today. So, as you are all standing there, Erisset, oh, wait, hold on, let's start some music. Erisset, as you stand there, you see what looks like a slight bit of, almost like steam kind of issuing out from the edge of Anazora's heavy furs.
Steam.
Like just a little bit of steam.
You're melting. And Zora, you're melting.
I'm melting. It sounds terrifying. I'm gonna like check myself out and make sure
Yeah.
like I'm hurt.
You start patting yourself down, and you feel in your pocket that around where you're storing that little golden tree, you feel immense warmth there. And just opening up your jacket, you can see the glowing golden light just pouring out of the garments. And as you pull it up, all of you see this field that was just on the outline of Anazora retracts even more as she lifts this golden tree up, like seemingly removing this field around you. What would you like to do?
So the field around us is what now? I missed it.
Okay, so what you were looking at originally was a continued kind of rock wall of a mountain with nothing in sight, just another steep incline with that little fissure with what looked like stone people inside. And as Anazora stands there, it kind of eats away, creating this sphere around her, and through it you see that whole thing is an illusion.
Right.
That the ground here actually slopes upward. There's a stone path right in front of Anazora with 6 columns flanking it, and then it continues to rise up in the distance. So
Is it like 3 columns on either side of the path?
Correct.
Okay.
And we're seeing this through Anazora's.
You're seeing it around her as this
Around
portal
her.
is or
Okay.
this illusion is kind of being eaten away at the
Alright.
periphery
And
of
is
her.
she near us? Or is she like where
We're
are
all
we
right
right
there.
now?
Yeah, you're all right there, basically.
And
Okay.
Stairs?
So-
I thought there were stairs. Or no, there are no stairs.
It's like
No,
a stone
just a
path,
pathway.
but
All right,
it does slope slightly
Like a
upward.
slope.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up and just see if it's real what we're seeing. I'm going to put a foot on the path.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I'd
so-
like to say to Dagmara, could it be that your long lost love is here?
And
And I would,
go ahead. Sorry.
I will say, I sure hope he is, but I do hope he's alive.
I've never seen a path like this before.
Me neither.
I've
Have you
never seen
seen one, Dagmara?
I've not seen this much light in this region ever since I arrived.
And Dagmara, you remember that you were compelled to bring everybody up to this spot. This is the last thing of your memory, that when you were searching this area, that Tevin passed through this spot like he had gone almost into the rock. And as you fought to go after him, that was when you woke up back in your bed and under that spell of having forgotten him. So you had never penetrated this barrier, but you remember seeing this kind of shimmer
Well,
as Tevin disappeared inside.
I'm guessing we're maybe gonna advance along the walkway, but I kind of want to keep my gaze up toward the pillars and just make sure that if we continue, there's nothing that sticks out as like dangerous lurking up there.
Okay, do a perception check.
Okay. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. I got a 14 plus. So 16.
16. So as you get a little bit closer and kind of take a look inside, you can see that the first 4 columns at the top are carved with sort of a gargoyle kind of demonic form looking down over the path. And then the final 2 columns are a little different. They're a little more, they're larger, a little more ornate, but there are no gargoyles or anything on top, but you do see 2 skulls set in facing back the direction of where you're standing right now.
And I'm just like, hold it! And I like point out with my finger to the party. Something strange about those. And I like point out the gargoyles and say, look there, skulls atop the columns.
My little tree wouldn't lead us to danger.
I wouldn't be so sure. Rarely are skulls a sign of everything being just chipper.
And Judd, have I seen these elements before anywhere?
Do a history check for me.
Okay.
And
So
Judd,
there's, yeah.
I think that these skulls, do they look like recently deceased? Like old are they? Do I tell anything about them?
You can roll a perception check if you want as well.
The skulls are facing us, or
They're-
they're crossing like
These
a
are
tripwire?
no, these are facing back toward the entrance, whereas the gargoyles are facing across, like they would have maybe a
All right.
tripwire.
And is it real stone? I've had my foot on it.
Yeah, it's real stone.
Okay.
Meanwhile, while she's doing her check, what was the relationship between Anazora's tree and that field? It was kind of coming in and out the closer she got to it.
As she lifted up the tree in her hand, you saw that the illusionary field retreated away from it. It's like, yeah. It seems to be having an impact on it.
All right, I'm gonna.
9, Judd.
What'd you get?
9.
9. So I mean, it's a good like 30 feet away from here. So they do not look new. They look like you can't even tell from this distance if they're actual skulls or just carved stone that they're jutting out. But they're definitely not new. They looked weathered along with the column.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna
And
check
I
the.
will-
I'm gonna check the pathway as I enter on it, and I want to make sure that between the 2 pillars, there isn't some kind of trip device that is waiting for someone to break the plane.
All right, do an investigation check.
I have a 5 for my history check.
Yeah, so it doesn't really. Everything you know, I mean, it has an evil kind of feel to it, but it's not sparking anything that you remember specifically.
I'll take a 5.
A 5. That's
Hey, we
fine.
got a lot of 5s going.
It's fine. Just go ahead, dude.
It's perfect. I'm on my way.
Yeah.
High 5, everybody.
Dad, I would like to check for traps as well.
All right, roll investigation check.
Okay.
Hey, let's see, not a 5, maybe.
Well,
5 again.
What'd you get?
18, and then plus 4. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So tell me how far you're gonna go down as you're checking all this. Are you just gonna do that from standing kind of at the entry, or are you gonna take a few
Yeah.
steps?
I want to take like cautiously. I would like to step forward. Maybe you said the skulls are 20 feet ahead.
About 30 feet, actually.
Okay, so I would like to go up just shy of the skulls.
Okay, great. So you guys watch as Tabitha very quietly and carefully moves, and Seville, your breath catches as she passes underneath these stone kind of gargoyles, these demons. Nothing happens. And she just moves on, and you get within kind of range of those skulls, and you can now see that they are indeed carved stone, part of the pillar, and they each have a mark on the forehead, one on each side, like it's indentation carved in an unusual shape. Roll a history check for me.
Guys, guess what I rolled?
What?
5.
A nat 20.
A
A
five.
5?
5 forever.
5.
You're like,
Okay.
oh,
2, so 7.
7. You're like, man, I feel like I've seen that somewhere, but I can't.
Do we see that she's kind of studying this? Because
Yeah, you can see that. You can. I mean, she walked right past you. She's about 20 feet ahead of you.
Let me take a look, because I've been seeing the symbols of Fornuge in my book and all sorts of stuff. I know what it is if I can take a look.
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and roll an investigation.
Or what is it? Sorry.
Investigation. If you or if you're just looking at the symbol, she points it out. Then you just roll a history.
I'll start with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Are we looking at darkness going ahead? Are we?
Yeah.
Do we
So
have some sight?
no, it's only about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. But because you're in this icy kind of mountainous region, the clouds are dark. So the light is definitely fading, and from your angle, you can see that the sloping path continues and starts to curve around to the right. So you have visibility now, and you can see up on top of the mountain ahead. You can still see the city that's built into the side of the peak.
And I
up
think
there.
one thing worth mentioning, I think Sorry?
Say again, Maddie?
I'm just gonna light my torch just because I feel like it might be time for torches.
Okay.
I was gonna say, I think we forget sometimes too that anytime she has it drawn, Arisette's rapier is moon touched, and so it like spreads light, some dim light, I believe.
Yeah.
But what else was I gonna say?
What did you get?
Oh yes, 19.
19. Yes, you know that shape. You know it immediately because you had just handled that necromantic necklace
Yeah.
recently, and you feel like the shape is very similar, same size. And as you are having that realization, you hear, you and Tabitha hear these footsteps approaching, and around the corner, you just see, it looks like a man, but it's got heavy furs, it's hard to tell, and the figure just looks at you and freezes and turns and starts to run away.
Yeah, I want to try to go after him.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Oh, definitely.
I'm taking off and going after him too.
I shoot at him right away.
You
at him.
I think it might be Kevin, so I totally go.
No.
Okay, all right.
I try to get him in the back of the.
Oh sh.
Okay,
Jesus.
well, all right, I tell you what, go ahead and roll your attack.
Why shoot at him?
Peter, I'm going to assume you're going to move 30 feet, and then we're going to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Dang it! I miss. I get an 11.
11, yeah. Actually, hold on.
Well, maybe that's fortunate for us. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's a friend.
Oh, I forgot I've got this. Almost said
Spider!
something out loud.
Oh my
You got-
god.
What'd you get, an 11?
I got an 11.
Yeah, so because you're not ready for combat and you see this person come around the corner and you all just freeze for a moment, and then the person turns and runs. You fumble, you get that arrow out, but it just misses him and sticks in the snow as he rounds the corner and disappears.
I just start running after him, and I like yell back at the party, "Careful of those gargoyles!"
I'm
All
running.
right.
It's like take off after him.
All right.
Go ahead.
Once I-
Wait, Tabitha, go ahead.
I'm running as fast as I can too.
Okay.
We must stop him, Tabitha. Get him.
All right, everybody freeze and roll initiative and tell me what you got.
Okay.
17 here.
Okay, well, hold on to your numbers for
bummer.
a second.
Three.
That's what I get for trying to say I was trying to move fast after someone, and then I got a 6.
I got a natural 20.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
You missed, but you're eager.
I want it.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
Eager to kill this unknown entity.
And
Stop, not kill, but stop. You could go and alert others. You must stop him right away.
okay, 20 to 25.
20 plus 4, so 24.
24 era set.
And then I
Big
got
roll.
8.
15, 20.
17.
What did you get, Maddie?
Oh, you got 22. Sorry.
Also 20.
You got a nat 20 also?
No, I got 17, and then I added 3 for initiative.
Okay. All right. So 20, not natural. Awesome. Huge. Maddie. Sorry. Tabby. Well done. Okay. And sorry, Dagmara, what'd you get?
I got 17.
17.
Yes.
And 10 to 15.
11.
11. Seville. 5 to 10.
6.
Look
Big
at
6 for
Melissa's
Otto.
Just shaking her head.
Natural 1. Alyssa, what'd you get?
3.
3. Oh.
Hey, isn't it that the tank always, takes the rear,
Yeah,
I think you're still like holding that tree. I'm like, what the?
I'm still like, I'm talking to it. I'm like, thanks for giving us the path.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on here? Okay.
He's protecting you.
All right. Okay, I'm going to attempt to switch us to our terrain cam.
Oh.
This is a
So-
big moment.
Let's see if this works. Okay.
It's a big moment.
So first I'm
Let's
gonna
see.
do.
Why of all that we switched to our new platform was so that you
Okay.
could
Yep. Everybody.
So we don't have let's pray we don't have a burnout.
I can see the terrain.
Okay.
I see it.
All right.
The box is large. Okay, that looks good.
Broke a glass,
Oh.
but an empty one.
Pretty.
That looks awesome, man. That looks
Okay.
really good.
So,
Did you break a glass, Judd?
I thought I did, but I actually didn't break it. Bounced, which is.
I
There
thought
you
I
go.
heard glass. That was you?
You didn't. No, you didn't hear anything. Okay. So.
Do you need help? Do you need like paper towels or anything?
Are you
no,
risking your life for this
No,
terrain cam?
Is it getting on anything?
No.
We've
nothing
lost
is-
Judd. We've
nothing
lost
spilled.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
All right, buddy. That looks
Drink was
that
too
looks
strong.
framed pretty
Next
well.
time.
So
Okay, good. Okay, and then Otto.
I wish I could zoom on this.
And Dagmar, I'm gonna say you're kind of hanging back with Anna Zora. And I know, I wish I, well actually I can. Oh, that's the wrong way.
Dagmara, the moment you have a super cool kill, I'm gonna say, Dagmara!
Oh, you should've-
Please.
Okay. Alright,
Erised
so,
is bringing in the fire. Love it.
okay, so...
I just would have thought if it would have been so great if she did, she got like a crit and it turns around and it's just your long lost love of the arrow, just like, oh, why did you do that?
Alright, so, as you see the person, and we're just gonna say this is the cultist, runs around the corner. This is where we froze initiative. And
The what you said? The who? The who, Judd?
the person?
What?
Ah.
Dang it. I'm busy playing with my stuff here. I'm not paying attention.
Your brain
Anyway.
is open.
all right.
You guys
Okay.
see,
Spill everywhere. And do you
You-
need paper towels?
everything's fine. Everything's fine. Okay. You see this person run around the corner, and Seville, you're closest to it, but as you see, you hear this noise, this noise, screaming, and you look up and you see this land right in front of you. And
What the hell is
Oh.
that?
A what now?
Oh, what now?
Oh man, it's all fuzzy.
Is that a frost giant?
I don't know.
I see an axe.
I see my death.
Yeah, he looks like a big boy.
That too.
He's big.
That looks.
He looks like a
Wait.
big boy.
That's not the
Look at
guy
the
we were
looks.
chasing, was it?
Nope, he just landed on the
Mission
guy you were
abort.
chasing,
Oh shoot.
Like he squashed him?
like
Lan-
jelly. And why does it look so bad? It looks terrible.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's framed great, but yeah, it's going in and out of focus here on.
Wait, so the
Yeah,
guy
I don't know
that
why
I
it's not
shot
transmitting well.
At, the guy I shot at just got squished by that
So-
thing.
As you see him running, and let's see, Anazora and Dagmara, you see the eyes of the skulls now that are next to where they were investigating are now glowing with this blue kind of light
Oh.
as
It
they.
looks what do I like? Do I think it's a glowing blue friendly light?
Negative.
No, it feels wrong. It feels scary.
That's what I was gonna say. Can I'm kind of. So I have a certain. I know I have a certain past because of the powers that I have within me. Can I investigate those lights, those skulls?
Not at the moment because now we're in initiative order. So,
Oh, you're right.
Erisette, you're actually first up. As you see this huge giant just jump and land, boom, smashing this person right in front. Huge axe, just and just blue skin, white beard, blue glowing eyes, looking down at you.
It's the Night King.
It's the night.
Not that,
It's
not that
also a
tough.
giant.
Yeah, it's like 5 of the Night Kings. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Beautiful. Perfect. Oof.
My God, the people who haven't watched Game of Thrones yet that
Oh
are
my.
in quarantine, like,
What are you even doing with your life?
What are you doing? Yeah.
Like, what?
Yeah.
like I would kill to be them.
Oh, I know, to have it fresh right now.
Oh
my God.
gosh,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
All right, what are you doing, Erisette?
Please
I'm
hurt
shooting.
this thing.
I'm shooting this thing with my bow.
Okay.
It's what, point blank range? I mean, it's not far from you, right?
No, I mean
Uh,
you can hit.
No, yeah, it's
How
it's
far
right
am
in it's right in front of you. It's about 25 feet from you.
Oh my
Perfect.
gosh.
I'm just like, and I get a natural 20.
No!
Oh,
No
gosh.
way!
That's
Nice.
what we're talking
Yes.
about.
I can't
We,
do it.
we believe you. We believe you. You're a very honest
Yeah,
person.
yeah,
All right.
It's the cultist guy, but is it making moves towards us?
Right. Yeah.
The person that he
All right,
landed
Roll
on.
that damage, so you're doubling the dice, not
Well, he's
the.
not him, but like,
So by the way, I got it
I
now.
don't know this guy.
I have
Oh, hold on.
+8 on this bow, so it's really kind of 28.
Yeah. You,
Yeah. So,
Get my 1d6 going on.
So
You'll roll it twice.
Roll your d6. Yeah, either that or roll it once and double it, and then add your modifier to it.
Is that because I got a crit?
Yeah.
That is why.
Well, and a 4, so I got a 5 to 4, and it's all with the +4 modifier. So I guess altogether that's a 13. Or do I
Okay.
get to count the modifier twice?
No, modifier is
you
only
only
once.
count it once.
So yeah,
Yeah.
13, yo.
13.
all right, nice
All
shot.
right.
Nice shooting, Tex.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's reflexive because I didn't even have time to think. But as soon as I do it, I say, "Somehow."
So I just get out of the way and I just hear this arrow whiz by my ear and just boom, thump right into this thing, and I turn around and be like, "How'd I go, Wild Sauce? Great shot!"
Get away from it! He's huge.
All right. Do you want to do any
As soon as
movement?
my turn comes up, I will.
Erisette, do you want to do anything else?
I run back to the others so I can warn them.
Okay. All right. Maddie, I'm sorry. Tabitha, you're up.
How many feet am I from him?
You are about 15 feet.
From him. Okay. I would like to go up to, I guess, dash up to him
Okay.
and throw my blink dagger towards his Achilles tendon.
Okay. Sure. Let's see what happens.
That would be.
It is a really large-sized Achilles tendon.
That's true.
you know?
Yeah.
That's true.
There you go. Come on, Tabby.
If I have any movement, I would like to disengage after I'm done. But
Okay. No, you have movement. It's only, like I said, it's only about 15 feet from you.
Oh, you should have plenty then.
Yeah, yeah. And you get your bonus action, disengage.
Yep.
Right.
ooh,
What'd you get?
I did roll great.
What'd you get?
I got a 5.
Oh, no.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
5.
Tonight's
Plus-
episode is brought
but-
to you by the number 5.
I think we're starting to get our name. I think we're the Furious Five here.
Okay, so that was just my d20, and then what do I What's my next thing?
Um,
The dagger has a modifier, like a D6 or D4.
yeah, you may
No,
not
but
be
I
able
think
to.
you add
Oh, you
something
don't
to what
know.
you roll.
She may
so
not have
it's
her sheet
plus
because
5.
she's.
+5.
Okay, there you go.
But with
Yeah.
your +1 dagger, it might be +6, I believe.
No, it says +5 on my thing.
Oh, okay. Then that's right.
Yeah, it says +5, and then damage is D4 +3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And that is this one.
Yep. Yep. Pyramid. Yep.
Oh, well, 4.
4 total. Okay. All right. And what? So you just see little fearless Tabitha facing up against this thing. She's about as tall as its toe, and just runs up, pulls out her dagger, right in the Achilles, which you think may have penetrated the boot a little bit. Pull it out. It doesn't even kind of notice you at this point. What are you doing?
Oh,
You want to disengage and run?
engaging behind a column.
Okay. The left or right column?
Let's do the one on the right.
Okay. All right. And then Dagmara, you are up.
Okay. How far away I am at this point?
Okay. You, since you're back here, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, about 60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. Well, if the giant is, I don't know if that would apply to the distance of my spell if he's another 60 feet tall, but I would like to cast a spell.
Oh.
My very first spell.
All right.
Nice.
What do you got?
Yeah,
we got some
I've
magic.
got. I start to form. Let me just pull this up. A ghostly skeletal hand in the shape of in the space of this creature, and I hurl it right to the giant towards his neck.
Ooh.
And that is my chill touch.
Chill touch. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Chill touch. So let me see.
Let's hope this thing doesn't like snow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
So go ahead
1d8.
and roll your d20 because it's a ranged attack.
Okay, that's 16.
16. Okay.
Mhm.
Plus 6 definitely hits. So roll a d8, which is your or you're using an online roll. Yeah. So just roll a 1d8 and let us know.
I got a 1.
A 1.
Oh
Okay.
no.
Oh
Well.
no! I was so hoping to impress you all.
So I think Dagmara,
First risk, so
you-
I'm already past
you see this giant who just fell from the sky, smushed this person, and roared at you, and just totally unprepared for this moment. But you summon some energy and some courage, and you shoot out your chill touch, and it just looks like the cold almost makes him feel a little bit better. This thing seems like it's made of cold and ice, and has almost no effect. Technically, it would do half a point of damage because it has cold resistance.
Ah.
Do you have movement?
Sorry.
What would you like to do? Let me see your bonus. Yeah, that's
I cannot cast another spell.
no.
can I?
You can move. Basically, is
Yeah. I think I might hide behind the other column opposite of Tabitha.
okay.
Just kind of
So,
flank her on that side.
That's a good spreading out. I like that.
Yeah.
Can I run and tell Tabitha and Otto what's going on?
I assume we hear what's going on.
yeah, no. Everybody can see it.
He's pretty big, right?
Yeah, he's a giant. He's huge.
Right.
Yeah, and Otto's up with me, right?
That's what I thought.
He
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, because you started running as well.
Yeah, I was trying to chase after the guy.
And I just yell to everyone, he's immune to cold. Be careful, he's immune to any frost magic.
And and Otto in the middle of combat, even this deadly combat, you hear him grumble under his breath. Well, he's a frost giant. I'm hardly surprised.
Seville, you're up, and Otto, you're on deck.
Okay, cool.
Thank God this thing hasn't attacked yet.
I know, right?
Oh my gosh.
Oof.
Shit, I don't even know. I don't know if we can. I just look at Otto, And I just kind of shake my head, knowing, are we going to go toe to toe with this thing?
I just nod my head back to him, feigning all the confidence I can.
So how far away am I? What's the distance?
You're about,
between
I'm going
me
to say
and
you're
this-
about 10 feet away.
10 feet, me and this ice cube. Okay, I'm drawing out my whip, which has a 10-foot reach,
Okay.
and I am initiating a spell that I have not used yet, that I have been working on for the past year. It has not really worked for me yet, and I'm hoping it does, as I enact a energy, thunder energy around my whip strike, and I'm just lashing out.
All right.
So let's see here. That is 16.
16 hits.
All right. And that is 5 damage.
Okay.
And it knows this has now a thunderous energy around it. So if it moves, it's going to take thunder damage.
Awesome.
And I am going to use a bonus action to get back out of range and move to the left there.
Okay.
I said if I'm looking to the screen, I want to back up.
Yep.
And
You gonna be over here?
yeah.
Okay. Oh, dang. Okay, so you're over by Dagmara.
Yeah, so where are you putting me here? I just want to, yeah.
Let's say, I'm gonna say you're hidden, but the column is pretty large.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Is that good? Is that where you want to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any bonus actions?
I'm going to hide.
Okay. All right. Auto.
Clarification on where I am.
Hold on
I
a
thought we
second
were
here.
kind of around a corner down from Anazor and Otto for some reason. And now I'm not sure if I went back to them where I ended up.
So if the pathway, it's actually a straight path, and at the end of the path is where it starts to curve around the corner and slope even like a little bit more rapidly upward from where you can tell. It's basically right where the frost giant landed.
Hey,
But-
Judd, just before we end my turn, I forgot that I'm able to use sneak attack.
Oh,
because
okay.
I
There you go.
am. There's no one 5 foot around him, and because of my swashbuckling abilities.
Yep.
So I'm dropping a sneak attack, and that's another 5.
Another 5. Okay. Whittling down on him.
Oh, I'm sure we're making huge strides.
Fine whittling.
All right, so I'm going to back off, and I'm going to hide behind the.
Okay. He looks perturbed. All right. Otto, you're up.
So let me get a good picture of who's all in front of him and has his attention. Is it just now Seville that is close to him?
No, now it's just you. Seville retreated.
So I'm closest to him now.
You are about 10 feet from him, and Tabitha is about 10 feet behind you and to the right. And Seville's about 15. Seville and Dagmara about
so
15.
here's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to use one of my cantrips, a spell. And
Okay.
once I look back, and we were literally racing forward, and we're like stopped, like dead in our tracks to a skid when we face off against this giant.
Yeah.
And after Seville bolts just before me, and I'm left, like I like look to my left and right and see that it's just me against the giant.
Yeah.
I cast this cantrip called Vicious Mockery.
Ah. Okay.
And it says, you unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range.
Okay.
So I say, well, you really aren't picking on those your own size, are you? You big oaf. And I start running further away. But it says he must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. All right.
Yeah.
Nice. Get under his skin.
That's going to be a good one. This is
Not-
going to work.
Not the wisest.
That's what I was hoping.
Oh, no, that is an 8.
No, yeah.
Yes.
So you will take, hold on just a moment. It's not a lot of damage per se, 4 psychic damage. And more importantly, I think,
Big
I
time.
tick him off enough that it says here, he has disadvantage on the next attack roll he makes before the end of his next turn.
Brilliant.
So
Yeah.
I'm getting in this giant's head, but I only do so because I know I'm far enough away that I run, and I'd like to run way back as far as I can, Judd,
Yeah.
and hide behind. Is there anyone at the far left column behind that one?
Probably me, because I don't know where I am, but I tried to go back and then realized everybody already was there.
You can,
Yeah, there, Judd.
Yeah.
And so basically I get the sense he may not have been able to see me, right, as I turn.
You weren't in his melee, so he doesn't have an opportunity attack if that's what you're.
But I meant, could he see where I was able to hide?
I mean, yeah, from his vantage point, he sees you go and disappear behind. I mean, he's watching all of you.
Then let me addendum that then, if I could. If
Yeah.
I go to the other column,
Yeah.
does that break his line of sight? Ideally, I'd like to try and confuse him as to where I go.
If you go that side, absolutely. He won't
Yeah,
know which.
so yeah, that's what I want to do.
And Ariset, we'll go back to you. Did you have movement that you wanted?
I just trying to figure out where I ended up.
Well, you're right here, so you're kind of still out in the open, but
Ooh.
you had movement. You didn't take it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to there are 4 pillars, right? I'm gonna go to the one in the
There-
bottom left, like farthest from the.
There are actually 2 more back here that are out of the side of the camera, but.
Not going to that one. I'm just going to the middle, then on the left, behind
Okay.
it.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
And then do I want to use a bonus action? I don't think so right now. So that's going to be my turn.
Okay, great. Now it's the frost giant turn.
Uh-oh.
And as it sees you all scamper at its feet and hide behind columns, it just and it reaches down and it picks up that body and hurls it. Let's
Body
see.
slanging.
Bodies.
Oh, no.
Whoops.
I
Bodies.
really hope it's not Tevin, and I really hope he doesn't hurl it into Dagmara.
Oh.
You really hope it's not Tevin. You shot him twice.
I didn't think it'd be Tevin. I thought
Wow.
it was Gar.
So,
I sincerely hope not.
Um,
Within my nap, if you
Seville and Dagmara, I'm going to say that you guys completely were hiding behind the pillar, right? You weren't poking out.
Yes.
No, my finished action was to hide.
I'm pretty sure all of us
Yeah.
probably wanted to hide good
So-
behind the pillar.
Yeah.
So you just hear the the roar and then the sickening crunch of this body impacting on the column and kind of pieces of it, shooting off on either side of you as this person is just disintegrated. And
I just saw Ozark, so this is very vivid.
Oh,
I haven't watched it. I'm just
And
gonna say this for anyone who watches it.
comes here and stops.
Oh my.
Judd, is that the
Ooh.
Harshnag mini?
This is one we actually. Peter, which one did we get this off, Jeff? I know you did.
No,
some-
I painted that one.
I know you painted it. Okay.
No, that's the Wizards, the Nolzur's Wizards of the Coast one.
Yeah.
Okay,
the-
cool.
Yeah, Nolzur's, that's just a beauty.
Oh yeah. All right. So it goes right up there, and you can see it just stops, right by the columns.
that's weird.
And Azora, you're up.
Okay.
Ooh, I wonder if it's
Oh,
a
oh, oh.
necklace.
Where's Seal?
I wonder if it's those gargoyle eyes that have lit up.
The gargoyle eyes have not lit up. The skull eyes
Skull eyes, rather.
lit up.
So
Yeah.
through
But
the
those-
body,
I
and
mean,
it
Mhm.
it's
seems
smarter than we think. It's not gonna.
I don't know. I don't know this guy yet. I'm gonna try to talk to it.
Okay.
I'm gonna. Can I try a persuasion check?
What are you gonna say to it?
And can I use my bonus action? I have a bonus action where I can. It's my channel divinity.
Mhm.
And Mystery of Peace. As a bonus action, you grant yourself a +5 bonus to charisma checks for the next 10 minutes.
Mm.
So I'm going to use that as my bonus action first, and as my action, I'm going to talk to it. And I'm going to say, please don't hurt us. We can get along even though we're not the same size. And then I'm just going to see, and I'm going to like, I'll like hold the little like whatever it is.
The tree. Okay.
Yeah, and see if somehow like using its powers, I can kind of create a bridge of peace to this.
Okay. Go
And then
ahead
I
and roll a charisma check. So you have I think you have a +2 to charisma, but now a +7.
Well, okay, so yeah, my charisma.
But you're looking at this hulking.
Persuasion. So I
Sorry,
have
yep.
+4 to persuasion. Then I have my +5 for my bonus action.
Sorry, persuasion,
So
yep.
+9.
Yep.
And I rolled a 17. So 26.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
hope this thing speaks
It
English.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no chance.
I mean,
It's big.
wow. You say these words and you look at this towering hulk of a giant that just threw a body that it smushed against a column that just exploded in pieces. And it's looking down like it's hunting insects. And you come out and you hold up this little golden tree that's still glowing. And you say, please don't hurt us. And you see and it takes its axe and turns it over in the snow and puts it down and puts its hand on top and stares at you. Why?
What did you say? Why?
Why?
My friends didn't mean to hurt you, if that's what you're asking. Well, maybe they did mean to hurt you, but not because they have a reason to. You're just very big and it's quite scary.
I'm just like listening behind my column, and I'm like,
We don't like the cultists either. I saw you smash one.
And he kind of looks around. Did I? And looks back, and there's this snow. There's a red patch of snow behind him where he landed. Just kind of shrugs and looks at you, and you can see that this is a feral being, and there's some intelligence. There's some dialogue, but this is not unlike some other giants, perhaps. This frost giant seems closer to a feral creature.
What do you like?
Hunt.
Hunt. What do you like to hunt for?
Food.
Oh, I'm gonna look through my satchel and see what I have. That it would probably be like a crumb to this giant, but I'm gonna look for any kind of food rations that I brought.
Okay.
and I'm like,
a meal of mine, like one of my rations, but from behind the column to the snow for him to grab.
What'd you throw out? One of your rations?
One of my rations.
Oh, great! You're actually going to get quite a meal. I'll go over
And
and pick up the rations and whatever I found in my bag. I assume we brought something.
Yeah. Everybody has rations.
Great.
I'll see if there's a body part that he just smashed that landed near me, and I'll throw it back at him.
There definitely is.
what
I
the hell?
kind of yell out. I kind of yell to Tabitha because she's across from me at the other column.
Yeah.
Tabitha, do you remember the fangs that you took off the creature that we killed?
Oh yeah.
We wrapped them in leather. Take them out and hand it to him.
Okay. And Tabitha's pretty disappointed because obviously she wanted to help,
I know.
but she takes it out and just like kind of puts her arm out to him, and it's like quivering. He's so nervous.
So you just see this like tiny little arm come out from behind this column, and it's shaking as it holds this, and it. And like it just does not regard any of your offerings as food
I'm going
or
to
of any interest.
just considering he seems like, he's like feral and maybe would be intrigued by something that he's never seen before. I'm gonna try to turn myself into spring by like channeling like how happy I am that I got this beast to stop attacking and we're having a conversation. So I'm just gonna try and like make some flowers for him.
And you see again on this humongous giant, just this kind of confusion as it sees this bright burst of green and flowers against the cold stone and ice and snow, and it's just confused, and it shifts, and you see that its axe moves forward. Tabitha, you see this because it's close to you. The handle of its axe, because the blade is down in the snow. It hits like a barrier as he shifts, looking at Anazora, almost like an energy field there at the edge of the path where it stopped.
Am I within the force field?
You are.
Thing? Okay.
And
so,
could I? You go ahead.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I just sort of like see that it looks like we're maybe calm this thing down, and I like kind of try to like catch the attention of the others hiding behind the column, and I kind of like nudge with my head and just start to slowly like come out from my cover and like go toward Anazora.
Okay.
What do you make of this?
Are we in
Is he going to let us pass?
Sorry, what'd you say, Anazora?
Oh, do we?
What
Is
do you
it?
make of this?
Sorry, hold on, everyone.
We're just looking for one person. Have you seen what does he look like? Tevin? What does Tevin look like?
Oh,
Dagmara?
sorry. What Tevin
We
looks like?
know through this direction.
Tevin has.
Because
I was too busy staring at the creature's eyes.
Hmm.
It's scary. Yes, Tevin. He's got long brown hair and blue eyes.
They probably all just look like ants to you, so you probably have never seen him. Could we just go through this way? We're looking for someone.
I'm just staring at you.
Well,
I guess we'll go a different direction.
that's not a no exactly.
Hmm.
Could we
Anazora,
just? Mhm.
I have a question.
Yes.
If I cast my, okay, first off, is there any way for me to cast a spell at this point?
There is. I'm going to say we're kind of frozen on initiative order at the moment, so
Okay.
we're kind of out of initiative. If it picks up again, we'll stay in the same initiative.
Would my charm person spell apply to this giant? And first question, and second, would it make it speak?
It won't make it speak. That's the inherent ability of.
I want to say charm person has to be a humanoid, but
That's what I think too. I'm
Charm
pulling it-
monster would do it, but charm person
Yeah.
can't do anything to this thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
while
But
they all have
I'm
different
gonna like motion to everyone to like start walking like slowly away from it and just wave to it.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe just try to inch past it and see if
Yeah.
you know. It seems
Yeah.
like he's no longer angry. So if we just kind of carefully
Yeah.
go past.
And I'm gonna sneak them. I'm gonna just sneak like while he's looking. I'm gonna go out of his field of vision and try sneaking.
Okay. All right. Roll a stealth check for me.
And is it true that what you said there? It can't. It seems like it can't cross a barrier. Right?
You don't know. It just you all saw as the axe handle hit that plane right at the last step. It kind of hit like a force. You saw some
Yeah.
energy kind of blossom out from it.
Well, maybe if we get close enough, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, just trying to slink past, Judd.
Yeah, I got a 9.
So you start to try to.
Usually it's stealthy, but there's like nothing to hide behind.
Yeah, you try to go behind the columns, and you just see it's watching you move with its eyes.
Hello.
So who's gonna cross the plane first?
I
All right. Erisette. And I'm going to assume you're going to be going on this side here. You cross that barrier, and he looks down, and the moment you cross that barrier, he pulls up that axe lightning quick and turns to you, and we're back in initiative. So, and it's actually your turn.
Ooh.
So, you just, and the expression, the calm kind of expression, and that curiosity that was there and that confusion is gone. It's replaced with this just immediate ferocity as it lifts this huge axe in the air, and it's just, "Roar!" And what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna jump back on the other side.
Yeah.
Back to the guys.
Okay.
And, girls, and say, yikes! Stop! that seems to be some sort of a barrier.
Okay.
Well, if it
it's-
can't touch us and we can possibly hit it because you've already struck it with an arrow,
Agreed.
then it looks like this is like,
I think we
Robin-
found an exploit in this level.
yeah, then we could just,
We found a glitch that's really helpful.
we could hammer away at this thing and it can't do a thing to us.
Yeah, I hate to say this, Anazora, but
Why do we have to go this direction? Let's just go around.
okay.
I did. Was
there
did
another
we
way
did we
around?
see any other way to go, Judd?
No, I mean, you're in treacherous mountain pass, basically,
All right.
where, I mean, there's probably a way to go around, but you would have to trek probably for days to get to another access and come up on a different spire.
Can you put it to sleep,
Okay,
Anazora?
let's go. No, I'm kidding.
But Erisette,
That's
it's still your turn.
Let's just try to run past.
Hold on.
Anazora, do you think you can put it to sleep? Because otherwise, you're gonna have to kill it.
I probably not yet, but I'll try.
Well, we're still
There's no. There's no way.
we're still in initiative. So, Erisette, are you doing anything else?
It would have to be very bloody.
I'm just gonna go back to hide behind Colin. for
Okay. All right, Tabitha, you're up.
We're in initiative. Okay,
We are.
and how far does this protection shield seem to go?
I mean, it looks like it's right at the last stone of the pathway, right past the column that you're standing behind.
Okay, well, and can I reach him from there or no?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
you
well, I'm
could.
gonna get to the like edge of my protection situation and try to stab him with my rapier,
Okay.
and then as my cunning action, can I make a sleight of hand check to use an object like a magical weapon, which is my blink dagger, and also stab him with my blink dagger?
I think you could just use your bonus action to attack with your dagger.
Yeah.
Oh, can I? Okay.
Yeah, you could do that. So roll your
Yeah, I
first
would
attack.
Double him.
Mm-hmm. So like, shh.
Yeah, and then if I have any movement to like retreat.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to roll. First roll was 14, and then my rapier is +5,
That definitely hits.
and then my second roll is an 8 +5.
13.
That one misses.
Okay. So my rapier is.
So your rapier goes in, but when you bring the dagger, it just kind of glances off the hard hide that he's wearing.
Okay. Is this a D8, you guys?
Yep.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. So my piercing damage is +5. on
Okay.
the Situation.
So what'd you get total?
5 total.
Oh,
I
5
rolled
total.
2 and then it's +3.
Got it. Got it. And then you're gonna move away. So you come up, and you do your attacks, do 2 attacks, and then move back to the same spot. As you move back, you do trigger a opportunity attack for him, and you see almost doesn't register the rapier attack, but it brings its axe down, and it just explodes with a shower of sparks as it hits that field and drags across until it hits the column which you see is partially out of the field, and takes a huge chunk out of the column. And you see the field kind of before it goes away. It's starting to weaken.
Oh, oh, Judd, can you add a? I'm going to add a D8 because it moved, so it triggered the thunder damage.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So that's an 8. So add 8 more points of thunder damage.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice.
You actually see a bit of this like blue kind of blood. He coughs like a little injured. Okay.
All right.
All right. And Dagmara, you're up.
Okay. So at this point, I say it seems like the creature does not take too much damage, but there seems to be a weak spot we found. So I start to cast. I cause a cloud of mites, fleas, and other parasites. They momentarily appear in my hands, and then I cast infestation onto the creature, hoping that it would move him away and have him bash into that shield and take some damage.
Okay.
Nice.
Hold on.
That's cool, cool, cool.
I learned it in the wild. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay,
nice.
let me
And
know. I think the
that's
roll
a
is.
cantrip.
Yeah, like
I think
like
it's a con save.
Otto like looks over and he's like, I didn't know you were a sorceress.
And I just wink. We'll talk.
Okay. So yeah, so you just see she moves her hands through the air, and you just see all of these bugs and insects just appear out of nowhere.
Gross.
And just directs this beam right and just blasts against him. He has a con save, natural 20.
No.
These
come
bugs
on,
just
Judd.
hit him. They just hit him and like bing, 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 bing. And you just like, you could barely even see him. It's like a flea to a human. They're tiny. Just diggy, diggy, diggy.
And even though that didn't work, Tabitha still thinks it's cool, and she tries to imitate her arm movement.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Let me make sure there's no half damage on a save.
That's cool.
You're still covered in bugs.
Yeah, it's like just smears them off. Okay, anything else you want to do, Dagmara?
Well, at this point, I suppose he's gotten more angry. So I might.
You can all see his eyes are kind of fixated on the column at the moment. He didn't even acknowledge the bugs.
Mm-hmm.
Fixated on the column? Interesting.
I think he's trying to bring that barrier down.
Yeah.
I don't think we have much time. I think we need to kill this thing fast.
I think
Seville,
so too.
you're up.
Yeah, I think I'll just have to cover up. I was thinking of possibly using my bow and shooting an arrow to detract his attention.
Oh, that would be another action, so you'd have to do that on your next turn. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just move out of the way. I
Okay.
think.
We'll just say you're still behind cover there. All right, Seville, you're up.
All right. Because it doesn't know exactly where I am, can I try to sneak? How much movement do I have if I try to? Is he kind of half turned towards the?
Yeah, right now his eyes are fixated on the column to his left, so
Okay.
the right side column.
All right. I want to try to see if I can get in for an old-fashioned backstab or hamstring.
Okay.
And if
Yeah.
he sees me, then I'm just going to come up straight up and attack him and move back. But
All right. Why don't you roll a stealth? Let's see if you can.
all right.
We'll do a stealth versus perception. We'll see.
All right, let's do it. That is not good, but 12.
Yeah, you just see his head looks back at you
All right.
as
Well,
you approach.
All right, I'm going right at him with my rapier,
Okay.
and I'm going to attack him. I'm going to do, as I was behind the pillar, I put my whip away and then taking out rapier dagger and attacking him with both.
Okay, go for it.
How much movement to get there?
Let's see. You're going out the back way, so 15. I mean 5. 10, 15.
Going out the back way, huh?
About 25 to get to him.
Oh, 25 to get to him. All right,
Yeah.
I'm just attacking once then with my
Okay.
rapier.
Okay.
That is not good at all. An 8.
Yeah.
Or-
So
Yeah, no. What is
You-
it?
you s-
9.
you sneak your way around, pulling out your rapier, getting ready to do some heavy damage, but he sees you at the last second. You still thrust it, but you miss.
All right, I'm using bonus action. Well, I've made an attack, so with fancy footwork, he cannot make a reaction against me.
Okay.
But I'm still using bonus action to sort of dash away and get on the right side of that barrier
Okay.
and get to the pillar again.
Okay. All right. Otto, you are up.
Well, this doesn't seem like a particularly hard one to solve, so long as that barrier remains intact. And I will once again peek my head around, and I'm like, look at you, you fool. Covered in bugs, smelling terrible. Are you even smart enough to understand what I'm saying, you big goon, you? And once again, make him make a wisdom save.
Yeah, I think he's +0 to wisdom, yeah. 14.
He'll fail, he needed 15.
Oh,
So
okay.
once again, you'll take 3 psychic damage
3 and disadvantage, right?
and disadvantage on his next attack roll, and I sort of move even further back to a more distant column and hide.
Okay.
I have 30 feet of movement, so just get me behind, a couple rows or however much that gets me.
You can get to the back column. You could even actually exit the entrance and go back out.
But it's really cold and windy and snowy out there, right?
You're a little more protected where you're at right now.
Yeah, so I'd probably go back to the last column then.
Okay.
So I'm still protected, but not too close to him. And I will end my turn there.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you're tucked in there.
Yeah,
All
you
right.
guys didn't realize that, did you? That Otto's insults can actually cause damage. So you guys need to, stay on my good side.
This
Found that out
actually
last time.
this might actually save you. As you see, it's the giant's turn. His eyes snapping back to that column, and he takes up his axe, and he's gonna roll at disadvantage. And he got a 4. So you see that he hits it, but he just doesn't hit it in the
Oh,
right.
you're not even
He, like-
good enough to defeat a column, are you? You poor old brute. Oh.
He
And
brings
then
it down with such
Otto.
ferocity that it kind of hits the barrier and skips over, just barely nicking the column, and then he's gonna go again because he hits 2 melee attacks.
Does he still get hurt by moving because of the Seville's thunder thing?
No, once
No.
it ignites, it has to be
No,
set
that's it.
again. So
And now his second attack, another 4. So angry that the first one didn't connect, does it even harder and just ends up hitting that field again. Ting, and his blade bounces off, and he's just heaving with anger.
And Azora, I don't think you're friends anymore.
Hmm.
And Azora, it's your turn.
Okay.
It was fun while it lasted.
It was. I really was having a great time. I'm going to, because he doesn't look very hurt at all.
He looks a little hurt. I mean, he's showing some signs of taking some hits. He's not indestructible.
Well, I think I'm gonna wait a moment. I'm not gonna try and sleep him because I don't think that I have that capability yet.
I would say probably not without an upcast.
Yeah, I don't even think you can upcast it.
I think you can.
Oh, you can. You would just add an extra D8.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an extra 2d8 per level, but I can check for you right now.
I've got it up. Which spell were you doing?
Sleep.
Oh, sleep.
For
Mhm.
every you roll an additional 2d8 for each level above first slot that you
I
use.
think it would be 78,
Mm.
which is
Yeah, this thing looks like a beast.
It's a gamble. I mean, with some really good rolls, you probably would drop him, but who knows?
yeah.
What is it? Total 78?
Yeah.
If you do level 2, yeah.
It's, 56 at most. Yeah, I don't know.
Like probably
Yes.
about 26. I mean, I'm just for now. I'm just gonna try and. I feel here's the deal. I feel torn because I feel like we had a nice little friendship conversation.
Yeah, but he tried to kill Ariset.
Now he's being a kind of a little butthole.
You know what, Anazora, roll an Arcana check for me,
Okay.
which you have a -1 to. So
That's all
Great
good. That's
Arcana.
That's these for me.
I have an 8.
you got an 8.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you feel like
So I don't
there's more at play, but you can't quite figure it out.
There's more at play with this guy or with this like
This kind of setup. Yeah.
the force field. Do I feel like, does it seem that the force field is always where the tree is?
No, that was separate. So you
Okay,
noticed
never
as you moved in that the assuming that I think you did move in, that once you moved in, that the shimmer of the illusion kind of reformed behind you. You can see out, but you can see that that sheer kind of energy of the illusion spell over the city behind you. But they seem multiple things going on here.
Okay, so what's going on with the illusion right now?
The illusion was how you got into this space. The golden tree made it go away. So as you moved deeper into this area, away from it, that hole that you created kind of healed back up.
Okay. So I think that there's probably still a hole there.
I think you know that if you have that tree, you can pass through
But
that
we'd be
field.
backwards that direction.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna take the butt of my longsword and I'm gonna like try and just like bruise his shin.
Okay.
Bruise
I mean,
his shin.
go.
Not fatally, but I don't think I have to say that because I'm not going to kill this guy.
All right. Roll a caressing attack with your sword.
Oh man, my heart's not in it.
Oh no! What'd you get?
That's a 10.
Yeah. No. That's just, you're kind of like, I don't want to do this.
I guess I don't. That's all I'm gonna do.
Are you gonna stand there at the front?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and protect Ariset. Or anyone who's... I mean, Ariset got... I'll go in front of her.
In front of Ariset? She's back over here.
Oh, okay.
To the left side.
Well, just everyone in general. I'll just be at the front.
Okay.
And I'm at the back, I know, but who
Yeah.
else is back there with me? Because I might want to say something if I could.
You're actually alone now at the back.
But is anyone within my earshot?
I mean,
Sure.
if you yell, absolutely.
Yeah, I just yell over to Tabby, and I'm looking at the skulls and their glowing eyes, and I'm just wondering if they maybe have something to do with this force field or what, but I'm like, I know she could scale up there really quickly, so I'm like, you might want to have a better look at those.
The skulls. I'm sorry. The skulls are actually at like about 4 feet off the ground on
Oh,
the,
okay,
the
I thought
column.
they were
So
at the top of the column.
the gargoyles are, but the skulls are not.
Oh,
So I can just look at them.
Mm-hmm. And you
Okay,
did.
well,
You saw.
Well,
Sorry.
if they are the source of the force
yeah,
field,
we want it on, don't we?
I might want to
You can
interact
pick
with them,
them
but
up.
I gotta do that on my next turn, I think.
Yeah.
I just kind of I bring them back up to everybody. I say, we might want to take a
Good
closer
point.
look at those.
Okay.
Maybe after we've killed this gargantuan beast, Otto?
Yes,
maybe we
but
don't
he's,
have to.
but
If-
he's just stuck behind a force field, so I don't feel particularly in a hurry, darling.
But what if those are the force field, Otto?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that out. We'll
If we
see.
pick them, if they are the force field, we can pick them up and like take them wherever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Eris,
Right now,
Erisette,
not-
it's your turn.
Beast on the other side of us.
Erisette,
Well-
your turn. You're still in initiative, so you can't have, this much conversation.
Okay,
Right.
well, 'cause I go point blank as close as I can behind the force field towards this thing. And I
Okay.
say, listen, you ugly fat oaf. My friend gave you a chance and you didn't take it. So just take this. I attack with my bow. And I'm a little impassioned, so I'm probably not thinking it straight. But I do roll altogether a 13.
So
Fails.
you're
I forgot to say, but I wanted. Oh, darn it! I forgot that I honestly forgot to say I wanted to spell cast my hunter's mark first, and do that.
that's your bonus action. So,
Yeah, I was gonna do that before my shot.
but I'll tell you, your shot. It's your aim is true, but you kind of misjudged a part on how thick his hide is, and you can see the arrow just goes ding, ding, and sticks into the hide, but doesn't hurt him.
It's a classic
Ah.
fucking move, man, of monologuing instead
Yeah.
of shooting the thing. And
But if you-
every time.
if you want to cast your hunter's mark,
Monologuing.
you can cast your hunter's mark now if you want.
What?
You can cast your hunter's mark now if you want to bring it
Yeah.
up.
No.
Is it
Next
it
time.
Now
lasts,
you got it. Now you'll have it for next time.
Yeah, it lasts for
Yeah.
an hour. So,
No.
Okay.
all right. All right, are you going to stand there or are you going to move away?
Look, I have like 8 turns until then. You guys might do something. I don't want to waste one of my spell slots. No, I'm just gonna say, "Fuck!" and I kick one of the columns.
Are you
Oh,
but you're
great.
are you standing there or are you moving back to your spot?
I go back to my spot, the column most close to this thing, and I kick it,
All right, well.
and then I say, "Ow!"
Okay. As you do that,
Foot massage later.
he brings his axe down in your retreating form and oops.
I think he'll have disadvantage on one again because I bapped him with my my cutting or sorry my
Well, how long does that last? Because he had disadvantage on his attack on the column.
I know, but I hit him with it again since didn't I have a turn and I hit him again.
You were right before him, so but
Oh, I was right before.
but you
him.
know what? You used it before. Oh wait, he didn't take an attack. He decided not to take an attack that time, so it I'm gonna say it faded from that first time, because Anazora.
So what was the? Yeah, maybe I forget the order, but I know that I've hit him twice with it.
You've hit him twice. You hit it the first time, and then he came up to that spot and stopped because nobody was outside of the barrier. So
Yeah.
it would have been that time that he used it.
Yeah.
And then when he attacked the column, he did roll at a disadvantage and missed
Okay.
it.
Cool.
This time he rolls for Erisette, and while he doesn't get you, you see the axe takes a huge chunk out of the left column, and you see that field start to weaken. It shimmered for a second, and looks like one more hit on either column might take it down.
Let's finish this guy. We gotta finish him now, boys and girls.
Tabitha, you're up.
Great. I'm going to peek out from behind the column I'm still behind. Is that correct?
Yep.
And I am going to chuck my blink dagger at his eye,
Okay.
his
All right.
right eye,
The right eye. Okay.
and
That's my good eye.
and then can I throw another dagger? With another-
As your second attack, if you throw the first dagger, you're making a ranged attack. Hold on.
I want to say no.
Yeah, I think you have to do a melee attack to get your second
Yeah.
bonus attack.
Okay, well then we'll just go with that and see if it hits him.
All right.
And
All right, go ahead and roll for attack.
I'm rolling so bad tonight.
Yeah.
This is 7 plus 5, so that's 12.
12 misses. So
Oh.
You try to get that eye, and though the head is massive and he's got this huge helm on, the dagger like right over past him.
Okay, well, for my bonus action, I'm just gonna use Bound Return to get that dagger back in my hand. Just like flick it and stick it back in its pocket and say, "He's not even worth it."
Awesome. All right, Dagmara, you're up, and Seville, you're up after that.
All right. So I'm seeing what Tabitha did, and this is exactly what Dagmara was thinking about because, okay, now I've used some of my spells. Clearly, it's fancy. It doesn't work on this guy. I gotta get back to my good old hunting ways. So I say, take this, you stupid ice pick, and I dash past him, underneath him, literally between his legs, to divert his attention from the force shield, so he can turn around. And I would like to shoot him with my bow in the eye. See if that works again.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
All right. So you
Wow,
see,
that is
okay.
some courage right there.
All right. So you
It's
dash
on now.
out. You go right through the barrier between the legs, and roll your attack. Let's see if you can get that eye.
Oof. Okay, rolling.
You have-
20.
No way.
Nat 20?
Holy. That's a 20. Yeah, straight 20.
Oh my God! Wow. Whew, okay. Damn.
Oh yeah, we need
Fortune favors the bold at times.
I guess so. So roll a d8 and tell me what you get.
D8. Okay. 4.
Okay, so 4. So that's 8 plus 3. So you just
Because it's a 20?
I doubled the damage. So you see her just dashes out, pulls out her bow, pulls an arrow, just lets it fly. He looks down, it goes right into his eye. Just reaches back. You see the shaft of the arrow sticking out of its eye, and you go right under its legs. Well, nicely done.
Right on.
This thing that was a good hit.
I just look back and just wink back at the auto.
And now I'm going to say you're on the other side of him because you went under his legs. Are you staying there?
I wouldn't want to. That would be nice to get back to. Do I have the right to go back? Do I have this extra move?
Let's see.
You might want to know, though, that if you do leave a creature's reach, he'll get a free chance to swing at you, so be careful.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I might just. Can I just kind of duck and maybe stay because the one eye is affected? Maybe kind of just stay out of sight, like maybe on the side of him.
It looks like you're going to be able to just get inside of the shield if you go right next to Anazora. It's still going to get an opportunity attack on you. If you want to move back in, you can stand next to Anazora. You'll be within that shield. It'll still get an opportunity attack on you.
I don't want to. Okay.
Not do that. She doesn't want to provoke the opportunity attack, so she wants to know if she can hide on his blind side now.
Yeah, you can definitely try to stay down there.
I would like to do that. Yeah.
And I
hide on
think
the-
it's clever what you've done because you're making him choose between you and the barrier now.
It's true.
Right. I want him away from the barrier, so I'm gonna hide it on his blind side so he
Okay.
doesn't turn back to
Love
the
it.
barrier.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
I just and I say, "Yes, you
And I turn to Tabitha and I say, "Thank you for the idea."
Welcome.
Nice. Nice. Seville, you're up, and Otto, you're on deck.
All right.
What are we doing?
I am pulling out my hand crossbow.
Okay.
I'm just going to stay there and just start firing. And I can use sneak attack because those two are right in his grill.
Yep.
So that is a 24 to hit.
That hits.
And that is a 4 plus 4. So that's 8 plus sneak attack damage. 8 plus 8, so 16 points.
Yikes.
Ooh, wow.
And I'm going to use a bonus action. I know this thing has massive constitution, but I'm going to try to get inside its structure of the mind, and I'm just going to do a concussive impact on his psyche and see if I can knock him down. So
Con save,
13, right? Con 13 save.
All right. It does have pretty good con.
Yeah, I'm sure it has massive.
Oh, but I rolled terribly. It is 11.
And what happened here?
That's
So
a fail.
tell him, yeah, that's a fail. Tell him what happens.
All right, so I get inside. I can sense its brain activity, and I cause this concussive impact, this mind hammer that just disturbs him, and he goes over prone, and he takes 4 points of psychic damage as well.
Nice.
So now everybody has advantage for the next.
Yep.
He's on his face
That was
or on his back.
pretty big. So you just see, he just roars up, grabs his head, and just falls backward. Let's see, Dagmara, just roll a dex check for me.
Yes. I thought so.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh. Okay.
What?
The felling the giant is working maybe against us here.
I
I
got an
thought she moved on the other side of the barrier. no?
She's on, nope. You got 18?
Yeah.
Yeah, so no problem. You just see this
nice.
hulking form fall backwards, and you have time to just really quickly skirt around and get away so it doesn't land on you. And boom!
And I feel
a
like it's one of
bomb
those
going
things
off.
where we see him land and it looks like he squashes her.
Yeah, and
And
everybody's-
it's right after she winked at me, and I'm like, oh! And then I see her like roll out, and I'm like, oh!
And I'm just like,
Oh, that's amazing.
But
Oh.
hey, if she would have died, it would have been like, there's no point in reuniting the lovers. We can just leave now.
Time to go.
Yeah.
All right.
very efficient, very efficient.
Okay, Jack.
This is the sort of cynicism in my mind.
Yeah.
Seville, anything else?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Anything else? You done?
No, I'm back behind
Otto,
the column.
you're up.
All right, he's on the ground now.
Yeah, let me put him
He's
down.
not, but I'm near the. I think he's gonna be dispatched pretty handily, and I'm closer to the skull now. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to go examine the skull.
Okay. So you make your
Smart.
way. You can just...
He ain't gonna last long. I have a feeling.
Okay, so you're up there.
Yeah, I go check out the skull.
All right. You already, you rolled a pretty high investigation check before, so when you investigated it, you saw that it has that indentation in its forehead that, I think you rolled a history check. That,
Yeah, I got a
yeah,
19.
That's right. That matches the symbol on the necklace that you recovered from the necromancer in the sewers.
And what I know about that necklace is that it was a protective, warded item. So I'm going to try to remove the skull if I can, thinking perhaps it too has that protective
I think
rune.
you wouldn't even try because you could see that it is part of the stone. It's been crafted from one piece of stone, that piece of the column. So it's not a skull stuck on it. It is literally carved out of the stone.
Oh, you know what? This whole flash of an idea happens in Otto's mind. You know how in like those like kind of good but kind of mediocre Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr. where he starts to like foresee the combat a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
like my eyes widen and I suddenly have this idea where I imagine the giant swinging his axe at me, but I dodge out of the way like a badass. Of course, it's in my mind, so that's the way I imagine it.
Uh-huh.
And it's his weapon with his strength that's smashing into the column enough to separate the skull part from the column. And knowing that if this were to happen, like it all happens in a flash, and so Otto yells back, "Don't kill him!" And I stand in front of the column and I like look back at it, and then I look back at him and I'm like, let him go for me. And I would like to dodge as my action.
Oh, nice.
And
Okay.
basically what I want to do is try to bait him into doing this exact thing.
Wow.
And maybe
Okay.
separating the skull from the column using his own dumb strength against him.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well,
Okay, buddy.
it's the frost giant's turn, so it lumbers to its feet.
Come on, you! And I've been literally psychically insulting him the entire encounter. If that works to my favorite, I'm like, "Get over here, you big, dumb, disgusting lug, you!"
And both you and
Your favor, you still do it.
What's that, Anazora?
Even if it doesn't work to your favor, you're still doing it.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
still
exactly.
doing it. I'm still doing it.
So-
That's really the motto of Otto's
The
motto.
motto of Otto.
Do
Yeah,
it.
is that it doesn't always work in my favor, but I still do it.
Fuck it. You're still going live. I love it. And you, Otto, and Dagmara, you're both standing there. You are looking at that prone shape lumber to its feet, and as it stands up right in front of you, the breath just leaves you, and you realize the immense size and power of this creature is terrifying. And it looks down at the two of you, and and it does, Otto, it locks eyes on you standing there on that column.
Mm-hmm.
And he raises his big axe back and rolls a, hold on. Yeah, this is his first kind of actual attack. That is a 23 to hit.
Oof.
Sorry, is this to me or
Yeah, it's to you, because you're standing in front of the
has
column,
he has
right?
he broken the? No. Remember, I was by the skull.
Well, the skull is behind the column.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, did he break through the barrier yet? Because I was on the
No,
shoulder side
sorry,
of the barrier.
I
Remember?
misunderstood you. I thought you stood out here in the front. Okay, so
No.
you're standing-
Remember, I was by the skull, and then I'm trying to get him to come to me.
Okay, well then.
Yeah. I never went to him.
Okay, well then apologies. Instead of looking at you, he looks down at Dagmara, who is outside of the barrier.
Ah, bummer.
And
Well, I tried, Dagmara.
So that is a 23 to hit you, which I know hits. So.
Oh no.
Well, that sucks.
Oh God.
Okay.
That's
Hold on.
23 to me, you said?
That's just a hit, yeah.
Oof. Oh, that's, yeah.
Oh, you are very lucky because I rolled really
we can
poorly.
revive you.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's 20 points of slashing damage
Jesus, man.
as you just see the axe whoosh, just pass across Dagmara, slicing her open, and just blood splurting on the fresh snow there.
I can fall out of the camera here. For this.
And
Oh, shit.
Jesus, man.
and it looks at you, and it looks at you, sees you just bleeding like crazy, and its eyes return to the column, and and goes for a huge swing at the column, thinking he's going to get you all. And again, another 4. It's my third 4 on attack at this column. Just hits that barrier, and the blade bounces off. And that is it for the Frost Giant. And Azora, you are up.
So it looks semi-damaged.
It looks very hurt actually at this point. I
I'm
mean,
gonna, you know what? If it's
Yeah.
looking very hurt to me,
yeah.
I will attempt to sleep it.
Okay.
And I will upcast.
Okay, go for it.
So that's 7d8 dice roller.
I will say,
Oh, bummer.
What?
well,
Do Think
I
that
mean, you
the-
see that he's still, I mean, he's definitely bleeding and torn up a bit. But I'm not like, he's not on death's door, just to, if that's the most information I can give you.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe grab Dagmar and get the hell out of there.
Oh.
I don't know.
Well,
Am
yeah,
I
very
still alive, partially, or am I just done?
No, you
She was out. I'm sorry, I can't see the thingy very well.
you have
I
you have
really
two-
thought I was really trying to get him to come to me. I thought I'd be able to.
He, I rolled. I always roll in those situations to see where his attention goes, and his attention went to the creature standing at his feet, basically.
Makes sense.
Is she the only
But-
person that's outside of the?
She is.
Yeah.
And Dagmar,
Yeah.
you have 2 hit points left.
Oh, okay, so I'm still, okay,
You're
great.
you're still on your feet, but you are messed up.
Yeah.
She already had her turn this round.
Very badly messed up. Okay.
She's had her turn this round.
Where are we at?
Well, I don't
Yeah,
even think you get away. And then-
you're the last in the initiative, so it resets after this.
Okay. I wish that I could. Do you have healing potions?
Do you have
Do you
Uh,
have healing potions?
Healing potions? Dagmar does
any
not.
potions? No, no potions on me.
Okay, well, I'll throw her a healing potion.
Oh,
Okay.
what kind?
All right.
I'll tell you about that when it's your turn.
Please catch it. Please catch it.
Yeah. So would that be my bonus action or my action?
I'll say that could be a bonus action.
Okay, I'll use that as my bonus action, and I'm just in
Aw.
front of. I think I just am gonna stay behind this barrier so I don't.
Okay, just kind of stay at your post there.
I mean, is he close enough to hit through the barrier right now for me?
He's actually not as close as he was before because he was felled and stood back up, and he stayed right next to Dagmara. So he's like, I mean, you could move out and move back in, but he's about 10 feet away
I'll
from
just
you.
throw that javelin that I threw at that ice thingy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it. Roll an
It's
attack.
nice and cold, so we'll try that.
Go for it.
And let's see. Okay, 14 plus 5, 19.
That hits.
Oh,
Okay. And then it's a D8, right? Or D6.
I think it's a D6, but
Okay.
I have you here.
5. I don't know why my plus.
Yeah, it's a D6 plus 5.
Okay, 5 plus 5, 10.
10 points. All right. So you just take that javelin off your back, throw it, goes right into its chest. Seems to just miss some of that hide that it's wearing. And it bats it away, breaking the javelin, or I'll say pulling it out so you can recover
Okay, thank you.
it. I'll be nice.
Thank you, kind frost giant I had a friendship with before.
Right.
And this is what it's come to.
All right, Erisette, we're back to you. This is a long combat round. All right.
Bring him to me.
All right. So this time I cast my hunter's mark.
Okay, bonus action. Hunter's Mark is up. Concentrate on this creature. Go for
Don't
it.
kill him.
It's gonna have an extra 1d6 damage no matter what when I hit it.
If you hit it,
I
yep.
have advantage on any wisdom or survival check I make on it.
Correct.
Lure him this way. Don't kill him.
And Otto, you fool! You risked Dagmara's life. She's nearly dead because of your foolish plan. And I just cast it and I say, and I then go
That's
with
dope.
my short bow again, and this time I want to get him right where it counts.
All right, roll.
I get a natural 20,
Oh,
Oh my
come on.
Nice.
That's
Oh, wow.
awesome.
Yes.
which is, okay,
There you
plus
go.
8,
Wild sauce.
28, plus because of the hunter's mark, it's going to be also plus another 6 of damage.
Yep. So roll your
28 to hit.
roll your damage first. Double the dice, then add your modifier, then roll your d6 and add that.
Okay, so let me get my 8. So my damage is an 8. I'm going to roll that. Ah, I got a 7, so I double
Nice.
that.
So 14 plus your modifier.
Plus 4 makes it 18.
Okay.
And then it gets plus 6, right?
Yep.
So that's 24.
Oh wait, did you get the?
Nice.
Did you roll? Roll the d6 and you got a 6, or you haven't rolled the d6?
I didn't roll the d6.
Yeah, so 18 plus whatever you roll on the
Yeah,
D6.
roll the d6.
Okay. All right.
And I think that gets doubled too.
Okay.
Yeah, it does actually.
It does? Because I got
Yeah,
the crit?
you always
Yeah.
double the rolls.
So it's a 6 anyway, so it's still a 24. I got a 3 on my d6.
Oh, so 6. Okay.
Yeah.
So it came to 24 either way.
Okay.
That's a big hit.
Wow. So now it's
Wow.
really looking hurt.
But it's not dead?
It's not dead, but it is like it's got that blue, icy blood pouring out of multiple wounds. You see it's kind of staggering a little bit. It's not as strong, but it doesn't seem like it wants to back down. It's got the same ferocity in its one good eye remaining. Great job, Erisette. Tabitha, you are up.
Wait.
Oh,
Don't
Well, that's
kill
not-
it. I have a plan.
Do I have any movement?
yeah, well, Yeah, you have movement.
Okay, so because I saw that Anazora tossed the healing potion,
Mm-hmm.
I run, I scramble through the barrier, I grab it, and I take it to Dagmara.
Well, she threw it to Dagmara.
Okay, so
I was
Dagmara did catch it. Dagmara has like 2 hit points. She's actually able to notice
Dagmara, roll a dex check. I was going to do it on her turn, but we can do it now.
that. Okay.
Dagmara, just roll a d20 and add your dex modifier to it, which I'll pull it up right now for you.
I've got 22.
Oh,
Total.
so yeah. So you see that she caught it no problem, even though she's really fucked up, but she managed to grab it.
So I'm still running to her.
Okay.
And I grab her and I take her by the hand and say, "We'll get you through this. Don't worry. Just hang in there."
Okay.
I'm just nodding, barely able to nod.
Alright, so you're right in front of him. Right there. Okay.
No,
Tabitha.
we're right behind him, I thought.
No, she's right in front of him now.
So,
do you still,
so
do you still want to do that?
And Dagmara are in striking range right now.
Well, Arisette, do you want to do that now that you know?
How much do I care about this newfound friend? I'm gonna do it because the world needs to be a good place.
Oh, okay. All right. And Tabitha, you're up.
Very much.
So I am going to duck out from behind my pillar
Uh-huh.
and use my crossbow to shoot him, and then immediately dash towards where Otto is.
Okay, Otto's he's moved up. He's right next to you.
No, remember, I'm over by the skull column, Judd.
Yeah, that's where Tabitha is. You
Yeah,
guys are you can't see it in this picture, but they're the right hand column at the front.
Yeah.
Tabitha and Otto are right there standing next to each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
And my goal, well, yeah, you kind of heard what I was trying to do.
Okay, so I am just going to shoot at him in like what I think would be not a lethal area. Just try to like give him another flesh wound.
Okay.
And draw his attention to where I am.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Roll your attack. And you will get sneak attack. Well, what'd you get? Natural 20? Oh my God, you guys! Wow.
Nice.
Well done.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, and then +5 for my crossbow.
Wow.
And
Oh yeah.
It sounds like that could get his attention.
Yes, for
Plus
sure.
Sneak attack dice. There.
Yep. Sneak attack.
1d8, I rolled a 2. +3 is 5 for damage.
And
So
then roll roll 2d6 too, I think.
The
Oh.
2 doubles, right? You rolled a 2, so that's 4.
Plus 3 is 7.
So 7 for
And then roll
and your sneak attack.
Yeah, or you roll 2 6-sided dice and then you double that.
The square, yeah.
Okay, 6 for the first one, 1 for the second one. So that
So
would be
another
14.
14. So I think
Wow.
21 in total.
That's a solid smash. This thing might be timber right now.
Tabitha, how do you want to end it?
We were trying not to kill it. What are you talking about?
Unless you want to do non-lethal, but you have to. I don't think you were, but it's up to you.
Well, you did say you were trying to do a non-lethal as I.
Well, you were doing a flesh wound, but you had a hell of a hit.
Here's what I'm gonna.
Oops.
You got an
So-
artery.
Like I said, I lunge to the side. I shoot my crossbow. I don't even look at where it hits because I turn around and with my what is that thing called? My crowbar. I'm gonna use my crowbar to try to like smash the side where the skull is because I know Otto really wants the skull to be freed of the stone. So I'm gonna try to like use my force and smash the.
But it looks like that's never gonna remove that, right, Judd?
I mean, it's a skull jutting out of a stone, but hitting it with your crowbar would be a second action.
Okay, well then I guess the way I wanted to end it is, I said I didn't want it to lethally hit him, but it did, so that's fine. He dies.
Okay.
He's like, oops.
Yeah, I know you said you were going for a flesh wound, but I think you just, because you ran out and you shot and you weren't really paying attention, it just
Oh, no.
goes right into a gaping wound that he had and right up into his heart. And you just see it kind of.
Okay.
It just.
And where does he fall? Does he fall perhaps towards where Otto is desperate?
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I think he's just going to fall backwards this way. Just.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised. Well,
us who were standing right in front of him that way. So luckily it doesn't mush me or Dagmara.
That's true.
I'm drinking my potion.
All right.
Life.
Well.
Judge, is it possible to get a bathroom break now?
Yeah, we're a little overdue for our break. I was just about to say that. So thank you guys for hanging in that very long battle. We will take a 10-minute break and we'll be back to finish off tonight's episode. We'll be right back. Thank you, everyone.
all right.
Woohoo.
Hey.
Hello, we're back.
All right.
Airset will be along in a moment. So, wow, long fight. Some unexpected turns there, but you guys took down a frost giant. That is huge. So, what would you like to do now?
Well, I first want to go up to. Well, first, actually, Dagmara, you were hurt. I think I'd go up to you and make sure you're all right.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Yeah, I'm already like fearing the worst, having seen the frost giant succeed in attacking her. So I'm like probably preparing healing magic, knowing it could be needed. But I go check her out and see if she seems okay.
And she's desperately hurt. So she's kind of just clinging to life. She's got a huge cleave mark across her chest and is just bleeding out into the snow.
Potion
yeah.
yet? Have I drank my potion yet?
No, but you can do that now. So,
Okay.
2d4 plus 4?
2d4 plus 4.
Yeah. So roll d4 twice, add it up, and add 4 to it.
Okay. 8.
8 total?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put it in for you.
Thank you.
All right, so you're still, you drink it and you feel that potion is probably knitting together some of your internal wounds as the bleeding you feel inside your chest cavity starts to slow, but you still feel like breath is barely coming to you. It's ragged. You're in a lot of pain.
I'll put a hand on her shoulder and I'll cast Healing Word at the first level. It says, creature of your choice, you can see, regains. Okay, so I'll roll to see how much it is.
Cool.
Okay, it will be another 8.
Wow, nice.
And I say, you're all right. You've not.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I say, you've not gone yet. I can sense it.
I'll say thank you, Toe. Just for the record, I did try to get the giant back to where you were. I'm sorry it was not successful.
As did I, love. It's all right. And I do glance back, thinking now about the skull, and I want to, now that we've felled this giant, I want to go examine it in a little more detail. I sort of tell the group, give me a moment, need to have a look at this. And I want to identify what it does.
Cool.
Okay, all right. So you take your 10 minutes to do that. What are the rest of you doing?
I
I'm gonna
creep over to Dagmara, and I'm like, "Oh, honey, you look absolutely awful. So, here, have this small snack. Food always makes me feel better." And offer her some jerky,
Okay.
and then I like kind of just give her like a little head pat,
Mm.
and then I want to go inspect the plot
Of course you do.
the snow guy and see if there's first I would like to inspect the body of the man that was killed.
Okay.
If it has any money, I'll take it.
And
Okay.
I'll do the frost giant while she's doing the
Yeah.
exploded body parts.
And I shout over to Seville and I say, Seville, if there's any sort of trophy, you know I always like to take one.
I got you, girl.
All right. So both roll investigation checks. And Tabitha, this is gross, but I'm gonna assume you're going to the largest portion of the remains of the human.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna like kind of wander around the premises with my golden tree, seeing if I can like disperse any other illusions.
Okay. Roll an investigation check. And what did you two get?
22.
Okay.
I got 18.
Okay.
There we
So-
go.
So let's start with Seville. So you start climbing over this body and checking. It's got pouches, it's got pockets, and you find several things. The first pocket you open up, and it's got a bunch of dead large fish in it. And kind of just move aside from that. Yeah, it smells a bit. The second pocket, however, has a bag that you pull out, and you hear kind of like stones inside. You can see sharp edges poking through this thin leather. This is definitely not a giant bag. This looks like the leather looks like it was well worked by humans, probably. Let me know if you're going to open it, and I'll tell you what's inside.
Yeah, I'm just gonna inspect it, make sure there's nothing.
Yeah, you look at it. I mean, it's just
about it,
it's a
but yeah.
leather sack, so it doesn't look like there's any kind
Yeah,
of trap.
I'll open it.
You open it and you see sparkle kind of flashing back at you in the dwindling light, and it looks like it's a bag of gems. It's worth about 100 gold.
All right.
Tucking that aside, you come to another pouch, and you pull out a large. It's about a foot, a little over a foot, maybe a foot and a half in length, and a big egg, and it's like a deep ice blue in color, but it's got a white kind of like frost webbing over, just like kind of crisscross webbing over the top of it.
An
Ooh,
egg.
and I mean, it's like a size of like a.
Dragon.
It's like
Rugby
bigger.
ball?
It's like bigger. Yeah, it's like a rugby ball, exactly.
Cool. We have a, let's get hopefully frost giant. Let's get a white dragon pet.
And I'm sorry, what was your total, Seville?
22.
Yeah, and you find two more things as you crawl all over this massive body. You
Yeah.
find a staff that looks like it was a wizard's staff, but it was in its kind of upper pocket area, but it's really gnawed pretty badly at the end, like it was using it like a toothpick.
All right.
And the last thing is you see a white, looks like a white plate, and you reach out to grab it, and it's cold to your touch, and you pull your hand back.
Wow.
And you kind of finally get it out, and it's a scale. It's a beautiful white scale, about 12 inches in size.
Like 12 inches around, like this. Like
Yeah.
All right. Oh.
And it's white, and it's cold to the touch.
Oh, this might be a nice fun. Let's get someone to craft this into a buckler.
By the
Okay.
way, and supply an entire.
right.
Sorry, what'd you say, Tabby?
I just was making a joke. I said, Seville, by the look of it, looks like you could supply an entire store with all the things you found.
Look at this.
Yeah, there you go.
Jackpot. So
And it's that?
I just, I mean, basically I'm laying it out on top of this body
Okay.
and calling everybody over when they're done what they're doing.
Okay, great.
I'll count the gems out and see how many we got in there.
Okay, great. And meanwhile, Tabitha, you move over, and the bulk of this unfortunate person's body impacted the outside of that column with other bits not staying connected. And you seem to have no problem as you just kind of peel it off, flop it down to the ground, and start kind of rifling through. You do find a small sack of about 22 gold pieces.
Okay.
And you find a necklace. It has an emblem that's exactly like the middle of the other necklace that you recovered from the necromancer's pit, the blood pool in the sewers.
Necrolis.
A necklace, yes. But this one's on like leather band instead of metal the whole way around, and it's worn on the outside.
Okay. Great. And I say, Otto.
Just give me a minute. I need to focus on this.
Very well. Inazora. Come over here. Take a look.
Oh, by the way, I got a 10 on my investigation of trying to find solutions.
Yeah, so you're walking around this immediate area and holding the little tree out, and the further you move away from the entrance where you came in, the tree gets dimmer, kind of goes back to its natural kind of steady glow, and you don't find anything. As you move your way back to the beginning of that path where you came in, it starts glowing brightly, and you just see that field just kind of eat away and open up. As you hold it up and around, you can see the field reacts and just retreats from this tree.
And Judd, how much time has passed by now? I'm happy to look at that thing that Tabitha showed me, but I kind of wanted to finish identifying the skull first.
I'd say by the time this is all done, well, let's see, Tabitha, you were talking to somebody, right? Anazora?
Yeah.
Let's do that first, and then we can come back to you, Chad.
Okay.
Inazora. Look. This necklace, it matches that necklace that was embedded inside that other person's flesh, remember?
Oh, I do remember that.
So perhaps there's a connection to some sort of evil, I don't know, something.
Hey, I'm the wrong person to ask about that. I don't know that I know any more than you do. Can I try to see if I don't know, would that be history or
sorry,
on this?
On the what? Sorry?
You knew that you got from the cultist?
Oh, yeah, do an Arcana check. I mean, because you recognize it as well as matching the emblem that's on the other necklace that you found.
That is a 2.
You're like, I have no idea what this could do.
It's quite pretty.
Never mind, Inazora. Never mind. Oh.
So Otto.
I'm nearly done.
So after about 10 minutes, it comes to you that there are two components of this column, and I'm going to say you kind of detect both at the same time. And the skull, in particular, concentrating on that indentation on its forehead, is a signaling device that triggers a ward. When you place a matching object in that space, it cancels out the magic of this signaling ward. So basically deactivating that magic of that.
So it sounds
symbol.
like what I deduce from this is that this symbol on anything seems to guard against a trap with the matching symbol. Am I following that right?
The first part of this, the skull seems like it's connected to another space, like it's signaling. So when you pass by this field, by the skull, it sends off a matching signal to another spot, alerting and it can be deactivated by placing something in that indentation. That's what you understand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like an indentation in the skull itself.
That matches the exact part of the main pendant on the necklaces.
Yeah, so then obviously I tell the group, I sort of say, those necklaces, we have 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
And it appears that they would fit just so perfectly in here. Mhm.
Well, I think just hearing what you just said about how it works,
Yeah.
maybe we should turn it off because it looks like someone just, if that's a beacon of warning or something, then someone knows we're here. It's still going off.
Yes, I think we should, just in case. And I sort of instruct you guys, like show you how you would, where the necklace would fit in and everything.
Yeah, I can't remember who has the other one, but
I think Aracet actually does, but I don't see any reason she'd be opposed to.
no, we'll say she moves over and takes it out and places it, and you see that the eyes of the skulls of both sets of the skulls are still glowing. And the moment she places it, fits perfectly in that indentation, the eyes go back to stone.
And so I basically think, oh, I wonder here, does it say I know the... It just says that you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires any attunement. So do I understand what it has snuffed out or not exactly?
You understand that you've turned off basically a beacon.
Yeah, a beacon. Okay.
Yeah. And then the other part that there's built into the magic of these columns that prevents a certain type of creature that it's attuned to from passing. So these columns are set against giant folk.
I see. It's almost as if this wall was made to, imprison this giant as a god here, forced to be here or something.
That's certainly curious because look what I found on this so-called guard.
Yeah, I look.
And so I show them, funny how this thing has some kind of egg. There's also a huge piece of scale. It's pretty freezing to the touch. I think we could start to put 2 and 2 together. Dagmara, any kind of, of course I'm thinking dragon, but any kind of beast that might, that this might belong to?
And you see me I don't respond. I just keep scratching at my arm. It's something is really getting to me, almost like a rash. And it's starting, like it's making my body almost like shiver. And I kind of turn away and I roll up my sleeve just a little bit. And you see there's a little bit of scaling on my arm. And so I quickly pull my sleeve up, just making sure no one saw. And I'm very drawn to this egg. So I don't say anything to you. I don't answer a question. I just go straight for the egg.
Yeah.
And I just touch it. And Judd?
Yeah, roll roll a nature check.
A nature check,
I
okay.
think you've got +2.
+2.
So roll d20.
19.
So you...
Mention this necklace to anyone other than Inazora?
Remember, we put it in the thing.
Okay, great.
So Dagmara, yeah, you've never seen one of these in person, but you've heard others of Luknor talk about the creatures that are found in this area. And this matches some tales that you've heard that this might be Remora's egg.
Oh, a Remoraz.
Remoraz or Remoraz.
Is there anything I know about the egg specifically?
Not specifically. I mean, no, it just seems like this is a very deadly creature when they grow up. But this could be a valuable egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
I say we keep it with us for now. And
I mean, we could save it and make Remoraz omelets in the morning.
You could also eat it.
there we go. Exactly.
And I just caution you and I say, this should be very, very strictly protected. You don't want to know what's inside this egg.
Well,
It's
if you don't mind, I really would not like to carry it, and I think if we want to take it with us, fine. If not, I'm okay leaving it as well. So,
No, I'll
but
take it.
all right. And then there's that staff, and I just kind of hold it up and say to Dagmara, now, I saw you throw a bit of magic out there. I don't know if you have any, if you have the kind of magical ability that Otto does. And I looked to Otto. I said, perhaps the both of you can figure out what to do with this staff, but I think it's in better hands with the two of you than it is for me. Of course, I'm just speaking for myself, and I just kind of hand it to, either Dagmara or Otto, whoever wants to look at it.
Yeah, and it's heavily damaged, but it's clear that it's a wizard staff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Otto, would you like to handle it first?
Oh, well, let's see. I'm not really one for staffs, honestly, but
All right, I'll take it then. So I take it. So it's a natural.
and I'm just like, well, that was easy enough.
So this white sort of scale, I'm just kind of turning it over in my gloved hands.
Mhm.
I can still feel the cold coming through my hands. Is it curved? Is it something that could make a breastplate, an armor piece, or
Yeah,
something?
it's got a slight curve to it. So, and like I said, it's about 12 inches. So yeah, there are multiple things you could probably have it made into.
All right. Yeah. Just hold on to it for now. And then how many gems are in there?
Let me see. Well, it's 100 golds worth.
Yeah.
Let me see. We'll just make it easy. We'll say there are 5 gems in there, 20 gold each.
All right, so I kind of just open up and just say, you're welcome to grab about 5 of these. This piece here, this scale, I say we take it somewhere, perhaps make a piece of armor with it. It's not mine to claim outright, but I think we should see if we can get this crafted into something. It looks like a valuable piece at least, so maybe
me,
we
it
bring
looks
it to
like
a place.
Whatever this creature is, it looks like it's mother's scale. So I'm not quite sure if we should touch it or destroy it. Whatever this creature is, if we want to take it with us, once it hatches, it might want to feel its mother's touch. Jed, I don't know. Do you want to check on that? If I would know or feel that it might be attached to the egg?
I'm sorry, the what?
Scale.
Is it a
Yeah.
giant
the scale.
Like-
No, I think you would know that the scale and the egg are not related.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is pretty hard scale, though, yeah?
Very.
Okay. All right.
It's nothing that Seville would know.
Right.
Are you asking Dagmara about it?
Yeah.
No.
I'm just asking what kind of creature this might belong to. I mean,
Well,
that's a pretty hard scale here. I'd hate to run into a beast that has this over its entire body.
my
Dagmara, I'm
best
sending you a
guess.
whisper.
as I scratch. My best bet is that is indeed a dragon.
And Judd,
Yes.
do I have any salve on me or something? Because this girl is scratching.
No, I'm gonna say you probably don't actually do. Hold on a sec. Only because you were. Okay. Yes, you do. You look in your bag, looking to see what you have, and Elas has put a few things in all of your packs, and one of the things in there is a nice salve that for skin, for ailments. It's part of the spa gift basket.
Gift basket.
And so I mark march over to Dagmara and I say, Dagmara, for the love of God. And I rip out her arm and I just like try to.
No! And I'm like, no. But it's too late. You've already ripped it. Yeah. I'm just resisting a little bit because
And
it's covered in scales.
yeah, Tabitha, you see as you rip up her
It's covered
sleeve,
in scales.
you see scale work down her arm.
I'm like, oh, you are full of surprises, aren't you?
What's these are scales?
What color are they? Yeah.
They're kind of like reddish, shimmery reddish, dark
It's
red.
Is
What?
orange skin, it coordinates.
Oh my goodness. So I look at you guys and I say, this is exactly what I did not want you to see.
Can't
Why not?
And I quickly pull it up. Thank you, Tabitha, but there's a past.
help. Got it.
You don't understand the dangers that come with the past that I've seen and with the creature that's inside this egg. This is a white ice dragon. And the only reason why I know it is because I've got some draconic blood as well.
My.
I wanted to wait before I told you, but I could not help but react to this.
Well, we're not a very judging group. I mean, hey, Anazora's orange. You fit right in here with us.
Whichever
Guys,
we do.
Do I know anything about dragons?
Roll a history check.
Okay.
I mean, everybody has, a base knowledge of dragons being, very, very dangerous and ancient and magical beasts. What'd you get?
I got a 7 plus 2, 9.
Yeah, so you kind of just know that base knowledge. From where you're from, dragons aren't a common thing. They're only kind of legends and tales of mostly people killing and slaying dragons or being kind of just very vile, evil, powerful creatures. But you don't know much.
Okay.
All right, I got a question. Is Otto wearing the fancy breastplate, or is he in his usual?
I have my fancy breastplate, but it's under my furs, my heavy
okay.
clothing that
All right.
we're.
Okay, yeah. No, I just don't think we've ever seen him.
Yeah, it's on, but it's probably not really visible at the moment.
All right.
I
take that 12-inch scale and I go over to Otto and kind of put it next to his wrist to say, well, it's pushing the boundaries of a buckle shield, but I know you mentioned it, so perhaps if we get this thing fitted and we find a good smithy, this could make an interesting shield. What do you think?
I say, you're probably right, but I must say, your avarice has really gotten you off course. Aren't we trying to find someone's missing lover?
Well,
and I
yeah.
glance back over toward Dagmara.
Who's still scratching? Stops and says, "We must go."
I'm going to put the scale in my pack and
Okay.
and nod to Otto. You're right. Let's get a move on then.
I'll apprise you.
I'm just going to be muttering behind Seville and say something like, all right, well, I'll find my own trophy then. And I'm like, sitting around the body.
Well, I hand her the baubles here, the 5 gems. Are you talking that, or you want a trophy?
Yeah.
Oh, then here, and I point to the frost giants. He's got some braided beard with some stuff in it, right?
He's got some like crude metalwork tying the beard together, but he's also got really amazing blue skin. He's got a lot of hide on him from different creatures that he's created his kind of hide armor out of.
Can I get enough to make a cake.
Of the blue skin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, a what?
Yes.
A cool cake.
Oh
like
god.
Oh boy.
Wow. So yeah, I'd say
Thing.
you go up to
So
one of the arms that was holding
Holy
the
shit.
axe, which is outstretched, has this nice kind of like exposed blue, and you just see Dagatha go to work, starts cutting.
How long
Kind
is
of-
this gonna take?
And I just look at my arm, look at her, look at my arm, and just cover it.
Yeah. While she's doing that, I'm gonna go and just take one of his braids and just kind of
Okay.
take it off. And I just go to Tabby and I said, "You can tell people you felled a frost giant, so take this as well." And I'll
Oh.
just hand her a little braid with the metal.
Yeah, it's like
attachments on
it's
it.
almost like a bronze.
Yeah.
It is worked into a cool little shape, but it's very rough. There's not a lot of
Yeah.
skill in it.
I'm sure someone will
Okay, nice
recognize this
mistake.
braid.
Yeah.
Right. The Malaria.
So
Alright.
the Tabitha, it's going to take you a while, I think, because the skin, the hide of Frost Giant is pretty rough. But
Okay.
what are the rest of you
How
doing
long
as she's skinning?
Scout a little ahead and try to get our bearings and see what's what.
Yep.
Okay.
Good to me.
All right.
Seville. I go to Seville actually as we
Yeah.
walk. I walk up to Seville and I say, "What else did you find in my mind when you were searching in that room? Is there anything you're not telling me?"
No, I'll be honest with you. If I were to find something there, I'd tell you straight away. I take that stuff seriously. I wouldn't be
And is there
deceptive with you.
anything you can find about this egg and where it came from?
I mean, I could try to touch the mind of whatever's in there, but it's a hard thing for me to extract information. I'm afraid I haven't been so trained to be able to do what was done to you.
What if I promised to give you that mithril ring just to you and no one else?
If I were to do it, you don't need to give me anything like that. I'd be happy to try and help you.
Whatever's in this egg
Yeah.
could be the most dangerous thing this continent has seen.
Well, I mean, after you describe some of it, I wouldn't doubt you if this thing, depending on how large this is. I'd hate to see the mother, though. I can try. I can try to reach some of its mind. What are you looking for in particular, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, I'd like to know where it came from and how many more there are.
Well, I can try. Like I said, it's not in my repertoire yet. There's definitely Edgeguard, and you have met a very powerful one who really forced her way into your mind. But I can try to touch its sentiency and see what kind of images I get back. But like I said, I wouldn't expect anything, but we'll see how it goes.
Okay, so at that point I just unravel the egg and I very carefully reach it out.
So,
Seville?
Judd, I guess I'm going to see if I can, if it's alive, if it's something like this. I mean, this is definitely out of my wheelhouse, perhaps. But
Right.
I don't know how you want to work that.
I think you're almost not sure what to do. You take the egg, you hold it, close your eyes, and you reach your mind out like you would normally to a person.
Mhm.
And you don't say anything. You're just looking for that connection, and you feel something. There's life in there for sure. There's no mind that you recognize in the way that you have learned before. Just a presence, and it feels raw.
So I think I open my eyes and I shake my head. It's living, it's alive, but it's not formed yet. I mean, it's still growing. So I can't touch anything that could give me any kind of shapes or emanations from its mind. I'm not even sure something at this stage of life is capable of communicating in such complex ways that I could grasp. So all I can tell you is, I mean, it's alive. You have a living thing in that egg. So it's up to you whether you want to keep it, and who knows what we'll run into. But I would say be careful because, you know, everything has a mother.
So just take the egg and I just continue to scout around.
All right. So as you're all kind of walking up, and Tabitha, I'll say that you've got enough skin at this point, and you run to catch up as they're scouting ahead. There's a this slope just continues upward for several hundred feet, and then you see the peaks go up in the distance with the city on the ridges past that. And somebody roll, whoever's up front, roll an investigation check.
I'll roll it.
Yeah, Anazar's up there. She's our,
Yeah, I got the shield out.
yeah.
16 plus 1, 17.
Yeah, so you're looking around, you see that city in the distance, and you're thinking, well, it looks really difficult to climb to get up to it. And looking around, you see kind of in the cracks and crevices a lone statue of just this gray rock. You almost missed it at first because it blends in with the bare rock face. And it looks like just a humanoid with robes, with its hands inside of its sleeves and its head down like this. And it's about 50 feet away from you.
And it's a statue. It's not a live human, right?
No, it's clearly a statue.
Okay.
Okay, we keep going towards it, I assume,
Yeah.
Just be careful is all.
with caution.
Down for traps or anything that looks suspicious.
All right, roll an investigation check as you approach.
Is Tabitha with us or still trying to
No, she caught up.
put the lotion in the basket and make herself a skin suit?
I rolled a 9.
A 9. I mean, you're just walking across this crunchy snow here at this point, and you're looking. You don't see much. You're looking ahead. You just see the rock face going up, and as you get closer to the rock face, the city up above, you can no longer see it from this vantage point. But as you approach this stone statue, yeah, you definitely don't find any traps or anything else. What do you guys? What do you want to do?
So let's go check it out,
I
guys.
think, we probably all stay behind the shield wall of Anazora and just carefully make our way ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody who wants to roll an investigation check, who's going to be checking it out?
I'll
Sure.
roll it.
Can we do it with advantage if just 2 people roll?
Yeah,
All right, good.
Okay, got a
you can assist.
20 plus.
Oh,
so
you got a
20
20. Good.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll leave that
24.
there. We'll take
24.
that one.
Nice. So you get up close. You don't want to touch anything. You're looking, and there aren't a lot of features to it. The kind of creases of the robe are carved into it, but as you kind of look up into the face, you see where the mouth should be is another indentation with that same symbol for the necklace.
Hmm.
Oh my god. Ariset, who's got the other necklace? Who's
Well,
got
we
another
just got-
one?
Tabitha does.
Tabby has one here.
Tabby.
Here.
And I motion her over.
Now, remember, that skull thing didn't light up until we crossed something, and then it threw up a barrier as that frost giant came out. So,
It always seems like it'd be better if
So
these are
that-
beacons, like I think they are, to maybe trigger them. But then once they're done, deactivate them with the amulet.
That's smart. Yes.
yeah, let's see what we trigger and see what this place is defending against.
Yeah.
Shall we walk around and see what we
Yeah.
caught?
Yes.
All right. Let's spread out.
So you're scouting around.
Yeah, we're looking around.
All right. So either somebody roll perception at advantage, or two people can roll perception and let me know what you find.
I'll roll one.
Oh, one.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Tabby and Otto.
What you got? What you
What
got?
you want?
Oh, I only got 4.
I rolled a 6.
Ah.
Well, you know, because
Can I ask 4 additional for perception?
yeah.
Okay.
So
it'll
10.
be- Yeah, 10.
So, you know, as it's gotten on now, post giant battle and skinning it and all the other things that you've been doing, it's starting to get darker, and the light is failing, and the wind is picking up as you get closer to the peaks and a little more exposed. So it's the visibility is starting to drop. It's getting a bit hard to see through all this. You don't see anything else. You think maybe high up on the cliff over to the left, you see maybe a cave. It's hard to tell from the angle. That maybe looking down, it looks like where the giant might have jumped out of. If your eyes are picking it up properly, but otherwise you don't really see anything else, just this statue. And looking up the wall, I mean, you can try to climb it, but it is hundreds of feet of almost sheer rock face up.
So, I mean, I sort of say that there's a way past the statue that we see, right?
The statue's built into the wall, so it's just like part of the rock face going up.
But is there an opening on our level to get past it, or it's just a dead end going up?
No, it's kind of like the slope will dead end against all of this rock face. You know, whether you go up right here or you go a little bit down, you're kind of running out of places to go here.
I
So
think
maybe
it's
this
clear that
thing-
this is a key.
Yeah, maybe it's a key that opens up some kind of way up
Definitely.
All through.
or through.
Well,
Oh,
that's
on a
funny
Zora.
you mentioned that. There was something that I have that I thought was a key. I just didn't know to what.
Hmm.
Doesn't that sound like something that I have?
You did have that.
What about Anazara, that illusion thing you did with the small tree?
I
could we
didn't
look
do
at?
it. It did it all on its own.
Oh, is it possible to try it again and see if maybe there's a
Sure.
way we're not seeing in through the stone wall?
I'll try.
I'm
But
trying to look through my notes. I wish I would have put
You
it
mean the
somewhere more.
coin? The coin?
It
you
was
had?
Don't we have
It was-
another medallion?
It wasn't the coin. It was
Oh.
something else I identified.
when we took that rest in that like inn or wherever, you went off while everyone was talking
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
into your room.
Oh, you mean the statue? The statue
yeah.
is a key.
Yeah,
You-
so
you
I mean, this
identified.
seems like as good as a chance as any, where I pull out the statue and see if it feels like it could somehow get me through this. Place.
Yeah, you pull it out and you move close to the statue and you move it to the big stone statue and you move it all around and nothing happens.
Is there a slot for
Okay, I'll try the tree.
Okay,
Instead
you
of the
pull
mouth.
you pull the tree out, but Tabitha, yes, there's an indentation where the mouth is that matches the necklace piece that you have.
But that's way up top, right?
No, it's in the mouth of the statue.
Oh, well, put that in there.
That's what we should do.
So I just go ahead and shove it in.
You just put it in there and you just see this flash of blue light from behind it and the whole statue and a piece of the wall, the rock face, just slides in about 10 feet and you see kind of soft blue flickering flame and stone steps that go in and then steps that go up to your right.
After you. And I gesture towards everyone.
And as you all start filing into this cave, we're going to leave it there tonight.
All right.
Nice.
Whoa. And I just say, Tevin, I hope you're in there. And I'm just
Oh.
oh.
So is Tabitha just dragging behind this floppy skin?
No, she only cut enough for a cape for her.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
it's shoved in my pack.
like a map,
Yeah.
Blood dripping down.
a poster map. Yeah. Well, it
Yeah.
is a beautiful color. It'll look
It
just
is.
fantastic on you.
It just needs to be like treated so that it could be, less such a recently dead thing skin,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dry it out a little.
It's dripping some
But it is
blue blood.
it is going to be very chic before the end of everything. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So jealous.
Yeah, you are amassing quite a little
Yeah.
collection of trophy kills.
If you keep at it at this pace, you could become the second most chic party member, only second to Otto.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll just like pull down my sleeve and just do that.
All right, everyone. Well, great job, you guys, all of you. And thank you to all of the many new followers that we had tonight. We had tons of followers. Really appreciate it. We love the support. And oh, we got another just now, just this moment. Sibadoba. Sibadoba. Thank you very much for your follow, for the love. We really appreciate it. We will see you next week. Tomorrow, look for our giveaway. Make sure to enter. If you're following us, you already have an entry. So great job, everyone. We always want to include the people that have been with us from the beginning and all of our new followers tonight and all of our friends. Thank you for letting us make your Monday a heck of a lot better. Thank you, Jamie and Mike. Welcome back. Thank you for being there tonight. And we love you all. Be safe out there. Social distance, mask, gloves, all that business. We love you. See you next time. Bye.
See you next time.
Bye, guys.
Later.
Bye, guys.